Here in the city of Doors, Dame's troubles tend to go unheard. The factions keep their own law, and the average Joe, well, we're stuck carving out our own order. But Sigil isn't without help. When you've got a problem with no solution, a puzzle with no key, there's only one joint in town to turn to. They might not be the most professional outfit around, but they always solve the case. Because when you're desperate enough to turn to these idiots, you'll find your conundrum might just be open and shut.
Hello and welcome to the little mystery-solving D&D campaign, folks. My name is Austin. As always, I'm joined by some well-land folk tumbling to the truth. Say hello, everyone.
Howdy, howdy.
Yeah.
How's it
Hi.
going? Bonjour.
They're all new ones. I don't know if you know
yeah.
that.
I live in a constant state of surprise. The world is a shinier place that way.
How hopeful.
This is the Dory method. Anyway, welcome to Campaign 2, Season 1, Episode 7, The Investigators of Open and Shut Cases. Before we get started, we're going to continue with our normal little routine and ask Sophia if she's got anything to share with us at the top of the episode here. Sophia, what do you have to share?
I'm gonna slam my hand down on the alarm clock blaring next to my bed and spring out, oh no, I'm late. I'm gonna throw a piece of toast in my mouth and start running out the door. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna tell you guys all about the fun things we got going on. As per usual, you got the Patreon if you'd like to support the podcast and get cool extra bonus content from all the cast. Head on over there, link down in the show notes. If you just want to chat with people about the podcast or whatever's on your mind, I highly recommend checking out the Rolling with Difficulty Discord server because it is a very cool little community of folks doing very cool things. And I don't spend too much time lurking because that's not great for my mental health, but I do occasionally go on and flip through after new episodes come out, and the amount of people that think Ingrid has murdered someone is high, and I'm really excited to see if that number goes up or down depending on how the season plays out. So check that out. Also linked in the show notes below. And stick around in the mid-roll for a very special little bit of info about a good friend of ours, queeRPG, doing very cool storytelling over there. Gonna have so much more on that in the mid-roll, so stay tuned. But with that, I will start sprinting down the street and run headfirst, completely wiping out into Austin as he takes over the POV for this little morning drama of ours this evening.
God. I thought you were going for, chess, not Sailor Moon opening cliche.
You think I won't do Sailor Moon? You think I won't do Sailor Moon any goddamn day of the week?
Is that what
Yeah,
I was referencing? I was trying, because obviously it's a lot of things,
It's a
but
lot of
my
things.
mind went to the first Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
That
where he's trying to
too.
get all of us.
Oh,
Okay.
Next time
dramatically
I will
improved if
do
Peter
a
Parker
little...
had toast in his mouth.
Next time I'm
Austin
doing
does
not have
Sophia
toast.
play
Bunhead
some
now.
Italian
No.
pizza time music. I'm gonna walk down the street all in all my edgiest clothing.
If Austin calls Sophia a bunhead, then it's a Sailor
Then
Moon
it's a
reference.
Sailor Moon reference.
Yeah.
All right, then, with no further ado, I'm going to bring up my notes for this episode, as I
think there's
intended to
gonna
do
be-
originally.
There's gonna be some ado, right? Like, it's rolling with difficulty. We've always got some ado.
There is
I'm
much
ready and
ado.
willing to
It is
provide ado
often
whenever we need it.
about nothing, I
I
will
live
say.
in I live in constant fear that Modron is going to come back.
Uh-oh. I live in
Chekhov's
constant
ado.
delight at all of you stressing about that
We've
Modron.
really created a great rogues gallery of there's
Yep.
the rogue Modron.
You
there's
guys
that,
have failed
the
to
hag
put
with all the
down
rats.
so many bad guys.
Just two?
There are so many. You've got the
fox lady?
hag you've stolen from.
Uh-huh.
Who, to be fair, you covered your tracks very well. You've got
I've
a
definitely
monster
gone
house
back
that
to
you
her
are
shop.
currently feeding.
The monster house. That's a real that could really bite us in the ass. And I
Is
really
the
would
monster
keep letting
house
it live.
a rogue or a pet?
You kidding me?
It's
over my
it's
my
it's Schrodinger's weird little dude. It remains to be seen whether it's your plug or your Dexter.
I'll tell you, one day we're going to be absolutely fucked in combat, and at the last hour, guess who's going to come in and save our asses?
It's a house.
gonna
It
be
can't
Maze.
move.
It's going to turn out that the battlefield we're in has become part of
Oh
Maze.
my
Maze
god.
has grown.
we have to
it
move-
encompasses the entire block now, and that's the
We
block
have to
need
move the battle. We have to
Yep.
creep slowly towards the scratch wall.
Well, whatever we're doing, I guess we'll find out in due time.
Would you like to find out?
The thing is that we don't even in character we don't even know that there is a rogue Modron or that Oobtaglor
Correct.
Scopin is out and about.
I forgot about Oobtaglor.
So it's just me.
I forgot about the other.
It was last week.
You guys have managed to accumulate, on average, one baddie an episode.
Yep, it's great.
And this is 7. So, now that the ado is out of the way, let's pick up
more
with
ado.
our next episode of Rolling with Difficulty. When last we left our heroes, an evil sibling was uncovered and defeated. Your investigators narrowly snatched Oobtaglor from the certain jaws of death that are the sod killers. And though it was a harrowing experience and somewhat out of the ordinary for you, life continues on in Sigil. I will, as always, open up this opening portion to anyone who would like to take care of any business before we pick up with your next case.
How long has it been? Just been a few days or something like that?
Yes, on average, think of these as occurring about once a week. If there is a more specific time between, then I will let you know, such as if it's like the next day or a few days later. This is, you guys on average have about one real case a week. Assume that you do have other things that happen to you, but they are non-heroic, non-dramatic instances of tracking things down and solving little mysteries, things like that.
Gotcha.
But we pick up with the real adventures of the investigators, so to speak.
I'll feed Maze anyway, even though they got a pretty hefty meal last time we met them.
I think overfeeding Maze is gonna bite us in the ass faster than anything else we're doing.
Does it look like Maze is growing? I checked last time and it was fine. Never mind that low roll I had.
Oh yeah, because I'm sure a house grows fast enough to be visible.
Well, you continue to obtain less than quality meats at discount prices to feed to your pet mansion.
Does
anyone else have anything
guys, come on. Pet mansion.
Does anyone else have anything they would like to look into or take care of?
I would like to look into potentially purchasing a rapier or slightly better than dagger weapon that I could wield just to do slightly more damage on my attacks. Not necessarily magical or anything, but just like a rapier or a short sword, something of that nature.
Are you proficient with longswords? You can have my old one.
I am actually proficient with longswords.
I think if you make any
I believe
noises
you
about
are,
this,
but
I don't think I can.
they're not finesse, so you won't get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
well,
not finesse,
Bileyg
so
would
you're
be
not going to
delighted
get
to
sneak attack.
A, give you his old longsword, and B, take you weapons shopping, if this is a thing you're interested in.
I would need to. I would not be able
let's
to
see,
get my sneak
weapons that
attack with
have
it, so I
finesse.
appreciate. I think rapier would probably be the thing I'd be most interested in acquiring, because I think that's.
Well,
a
Bileyg
finesse
wants to go
weapon.
weapons shopping with you anyway, so you're,
Oh, yes,
you're
come
getting
on.
Bileyg's help.
I
I
know
was
a
looking
fabulous
for-
set of smiths over in the market ward who do just the loveliest engravings. If you want to get anything like special added, it's important to have flair.
Oh, I know some great guys over in the market where they were so good to me when I first came to Sigil. I tell you, they gave me things very reasonably priced, I think.
I don't think I need to make an inside check for this. Bileyg got scammed, right?
Bileyg got so scammed.
Bileyg got big scammed. They don't
Bileyg
do a
paid-
lot of money on Mount Celestia. It's more a good vibes transaction.
And basically any money that Bileyg had went into his pretty good chainmail and his pretty good longsword.
All right. You're looking for a rapier. So just so you know, you need a finesse weapon in order to
Sneak
get your
attack.
sneak attack. The other options off the top of my head and also off the top of this list that I'm reading off of right now, your scimitar and short sword are also finesse. Those deal a d6 damage. A rapier is a finesse that deals 1d8. To my knowledge, the rapier is the highest damage dice you could get and still have finesse, still be getting your sneak attack damage.
Cool. Well, I would love to look for rapier or short sword. Rapier would be preferred because I would like to get the higher damage, but if that's not something Ingrid can find, then a short sword would also
No,
check
and
the
a
box.
mundane weapon in Sigil is trivially easy to come across if you know the right places, which of course you do. So a rapier is 25 gold. 25 gold pieces.
Excellent. Could I pay a little extra to get like something fun engraved on the metal so that it's got a little flair to it?
Johnny Cage style
do you
to my
crave?
biggest fan.
What do I want to what do I want to call this weapon? I had not thought this far ahead. I would like to get engraved.
You came in so confident with it that I was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever.
I thought about this 2 minutes ago. Like I should probably upgrade my gear at some point this campaign. I would like to get engraved onto it the name of the weapon that Ingrid's going to give it. It's a mundane rapier, but Ingrid's going to, in her heart of hearts, you gotta have a flair for the dramatic. I would like to call my rapier Curtain Call. And if I could get that engraved onto the side of it, that'd be super cool.
Yeah, fantastic. Go ahead and add an extra gold piece on for the fancy calligraphy engraving that you will have. Curtain Call. That's pretty cool. I admire that. I love a good named weapon.
I do too. I think it adds a little flair.
It only took Kiana half a season.
Bileyg's sword is called Sword.
I like the idea that that's
Nice.
It's sentient. Couldn't you ask it a name and it'll
vibes too.
Project you an image of something?
It will reach out and give you feelings and stuff like that. It is sentient, yes.
Yeah, but it doesn't have it never told me its name, so Sword.
Have
is
you
just
asked?
It doesn't. Yeah, it's not like Call Me This.
We've worked
It's
together
like the
for
Sword of
years. Of
Kos.
course, Sword and I are on the same page.
Okay.
It answers to Sword, so what's the problem?
Also, if Bileyg did give Ingrid his long sword, does it become like a sting type thing, and it just is a short sword in Ingrid's hands?
That's a good question.
Actually, that's pretty freaking hilarious.
That's pretty good.
I give you my blade, and it's just like toothpick
that's
size.
pretty funny.
I'm just a little guy.
I think I've got this one handled, Bileyg, but I'm sure someone will come along who requires a new weapon, and for now, perhaps you could, use it for training and whatnot.
It's always good to have an extra.
Alright, so you acquire a new weapon. Your week progresses. The normal customers, clientele of open and shut cases come and go. You spy on, you find missing cats. You spy on potentially cheating spouses. You locate
Saucy.
stolen jewelry that's usually just lost.
Yeah.
I
Things
lost
like that.
something once.
Oh?
My pearls. That's the whole reason that we have this office. This has not come up.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever get those pearls back, or is it missing as well as the previous owner of this establishment?
I never did, and it's a real shame. They were a family heirloom. My great aunt Beatrice, I don't know if I told you about her, but she lived an extraordinary long time. She actually gave them to my mother, and then my mother gave them to me, and it's a whole chain of family heirlooms, and I managed to lose them so quickly after several hundred years in Sigil.
That's a shame. Sorry to hear that.
Lifetimes always throw me for a loop. How many ages of the world ago was that? Did we have a different Mistra?
I don't think so, but I've never been particularly zealous, so I don't keep track of those sort of things.
Alright, that's fair, I suppose.
You've seen really different Sigils.
Yeah.
Has there been different Mistras? I think in our canon the answer is no. I think
never
that
mind.
she's blown up a few extra times in canon, but the last one in ours was in year 0, I believe. Or she ascended slightly after year 0, but we're in it's 1496, I think. The first campaign started. I think I mentioned this last time. People care a lot about fantasy calendars. It's not one of the things that interests me about fantasy, so I tend to skip over it. But I believe we started our first campaign in late 1492 DR. It continued through 1493 into early 1494, and this picks up 2 years later in 1496 DR.
Wow.
So that's where we're at.
I like to think the
it's almost
core
the
of
year
the city
1500.
has always been the same, no matter how many years of Sigil you live through, no matter how many different kinds of people come into power and whatnot, it's always sort of got the same heart when you're walking down the street. Ingrid is not a very
The same
good
heart.
source if you need any historical information in the city of Sigil.
She's always crushing our history rolls, though. As you mention, the same for whoever's walking down the street, you hear the ding-ding of the bell in the front, and as you look out, you can't see who's opening it over the, low wall, because the window is, a couple feet up off the ground, which is the telltale indication that the door is being opened by a gnome or halfling, or a goblin of some sort. Perhaps an extremely strong fairy. And you guys watch as the first door opens, and then the second door into your office opens, and you see an elderly gnome kind of balding on top. Ingrid, do you recognize this as your previous agent, Lori?
Oh no!
Your agent?
I thought I told you to stop calling me.
I'm not calling anymore. You know, you are a hard lady to track down.
That's sort of the whole idea with the not calling me part.
But Ingrid, we got all those business cards. You've been having us hand them out for weeks.
Yes.
I mean,
for business.
whatever we have here instead.
I no longer do stage business, so Laurie, unless you're here with a crime that needs solving, I don't know that I can help you.
The only crime is you not using your talents on the stage where everyone wants you. But I've got good news. You recently departing show business has put your name in everyone's mouth. Everyone's wondering what happened to her. Where is she? It's a big mystery. Everyone's asking around. No one knows what. And so I've been able to spin this up into a little bit of word of mouth. We're making an event out of your big return. The question is on everyone's lips. Where has Ingrid Starling be? And now I've got the business proposition for you. Now that I've found you, I have been in touch with the Fortune's Wheel, one of the biggest stages, short of one of the biggest stages. What's the performance place called? I'm forgetting
Civic
it now.
Festival.
Civic Festival.
Thank you. One of the biggest, the biggest stage that's not in the Civic Fest Hall in all of Sigil. I've got you headlining. We've already worked it out. The pay is fantastic. You sing anything you want. We're gonna have your name written in dancing lights. We've got a whole contract written up already. They're excited to have you. What do you say?
That's a good thing. There aren't any villains in the Fortune's Wheel that we, the players, have no way of knowing about.
We have no meta knowledge.
The Fortune's Wheel, what an excellent place. I got my bag of holding there.
And I can't believe we left behind your evil sibling, and we'll never see them again, especially not there.
Yes, truly was a shame, was it not?
Oh,
It's
I would say
upscale, let me tell you. This is a big step up for your career from what it previously was, Ingrid. Let me tell you, moving into the detective business may have been the greatest thing for your show business. By the way, I'm Laurie. You got representation? And he hands a little card to Oobtaglor.
Do you need openers?
But,
Not for this, but we'll talk after.
Okay, I'm very flexible.
I feel like I can't stress enough that I was
Comedian.
closing the door to show business when I started this. This was not meant to be a upward move. It was very much lateral. I'm sorry you went through all this trouble, but I'm just simply not interested in stage work.
For what reason? Ingrid, I seen you up on the stage. You love it. It's where you were born to be. It's where you're meant to be. You're great at it. You love doing it. I'm not even asking you to give up the detective business. All I'm saying is I got you the greatest gig that any manager has ever managed to get. Their client in this damn stupid cage.
I don't...
What's the problem here?
Exactly. I was great at it. I am great at it, which means it's not interesting or fun to figure out anymore. The detective work, I'm figuring out. It's interesting.
Did you just admit that you're not good at this detective stuff?
I mean, I'm pretty good at it, but we're not heroes of the realm or whatever.
Fair enough. If you need an understudy, and I'm gonna take out my hat of disguise and just kind of waggle it.
Thanks, kid, but, I'm thinking only the real deal would cut it here.
I find it hard to believe that the Fortune's Wheel would even take you up in any sort of offer without, some confirmation that you were my representative, which, last I recall, we had cancelled that contract, or at the very least I had told you I was no longer taking work, so I'm curious how you managed to
I
start
still have all
booking
your
this...
signatures. I mean, I didn't burn those.
Well, now you've just told the
Damn.
detective agency that you've been forging the lead detective's signature.
They're not forged. They're your signatures. You are still
about
my
lead
client.
detective.
It's just that I have not gotten any business for you and you're not taking any business. We don't need to axe the relationship here. Come on, just because we're turning this one down, just because the things, this one's gonna pass us by, this beautiful golden sterling opportunity. We don't need to be hasty and end any relationships here,
Laurie, I have the distinct feeling that you're not telling me something, so unless you'd like to fill in the gaps on this particular intrusion, I think we are done here.
There's nothing to tell. You were great. You are great. It's a damn shame that you're getting out of the business. And if you don't mind me saying, I think everyone else seems to agree. Well, if it's not fun for you anymore, it's not fun for you anymore. He kind of had a hat tucked under his arm. He takes it, squares it away on his head and turns to the rest of you and says, I would be keeping your resumes up to date, my friends. Seems that this one, she's on to the next thing before you know it, leaving you high and dry. Good luck with the business, Ingrid. By the way, he stops next to Evrard. He goes, "You've got quite the look. Do you need representation?" Hands a business card.
Evrard politely takes it. He says, I'll think about it, mon ami. And he'll just slip it into his breast pocket.
All right. Might as well give one for you, too. You seem like you could probably do something on the stage. Passes it over to Bileyg.
Oh. I always considered.
We'll start you off with something real small.
Oh, well, small is my specialty, sir. I'm sure you can relate.
Maybe the MC at like a spoken poetry thing.
Just gonna tuck the business card away with the latest batch of disposable business cards that are doomed to somehow be destroyed the next time Bileyg washes his pants or something.
All right, then. Good day to you all.
Good day, Laurie. Please don't call me again.
You see, he exits, and as he's walking out, you hear, "Hey, watch it!" And the door that had just swung closed swings open again, and another figure walks in. You see a kind of mottled brown Harengon.
Oh.
So another rabbit folk from the Feywild. You see he walks in. He is dressed in an extremely familiar dress. You guys have encountered this outfit before now. He's dressed as one of the Knights of the Post.
Oh.
So if you recall, you
Yes.
encountered them as mercenaries and thieves the last time. He seems to be acting as a courier, though. You see he's got a satchel, which is what they're supposed to do. At some point in the past, they did that. And
Yeah.
a lot of them still do it as part of the, cover, kind of the worst kept secret. They're like, look,
Yeah.
we're still couriers. And people are like, you just steal things that we send with you.
We're just
But
a bunch
you
of little
see
guys.
You see he's walking in. He's got Laurie's little belt purse in his hand, and he just pockets it. And he goes,
Evrard kind of clocks it and
goes-
just smiles. It's like, okay.
"Hey, I'm looking around for a Mr. Bileyg of Open and Shut Investigations. Is that someone here?"
That's me, sir.
Yeah. All right, there you are. Passes you a little rolled up scroll that's been tied shut with a ribbon.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you, sir. I will hand him 1 gold piece.
Cool.
Much appreciated, much appreciated. He goes and starts to turn away, and then he catches Lapin's eye and gives a little wink at Evrard, and then goes to head out the door.
I'm gonna open the scroll.
Wait.
Oh.
Do you want to go after him?
First, we should probably... it's a random scroll dropped off at the detective agency. Last time we got...
Last time we dealt with the Knights of the Post wasn't exactly for the best.
Yes. So, quick little, I guess... Inside... He doesn't
can
have
open it
detect
real
magic
slow.
or anything. He doesn't know if it's, trapped or
If
booby
you'd
trapped
like
or
to wait
anything.
for
I
10
actually
minutes,
do
I
have
can
detect
detect
magic if
magic.
you want me to cast that.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, but I only have 3 spell slots. I
You
don't
can
know if it's worth
ritually
it.
cast it, I think. I mean, I can. I don't know.
You can.
You
It takes
can,
10
I
minutes,
can't.
but
Yeah.
I mean, if
yeah,
you've got 10 minutes to kill.
yeah, I believe.
Everard's going to recommend that you check for booby traps, and then he's going to dip outside to quickly talk to this Harengon.
How booby trapped does he
All
think
right.
it's gonna be?
There could be some sort of spell on it, spell ward. I don't know.
You begin ritually casting Detect Magic. Evrard, you head outside.
Maybe
As
if
you
I
do,
just
you
learn
look
how to
around.
real slow.
You don't. 10 minutes of untying. You don't see this Harengon, but then you hear psst from the alley on the other, just across the street, and you see peeking out from the shadows 2 long rabbit ears.
Yeah, you will check his surroundings real quick, and then he will dip into the alley and lock eyes with this Harengon.
Hey, you're the White Rabbit, I hear?
Ah, c'est moi.
Heard some chant about you from a mutual a few weeks ago, sold by the name of Iniko. Remember her?
Ah, that is correct, monsieur.
Yeah. She spoke middling of you, which is to say, highly for her.
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Normally not in the business of giving out information for free, you see. But I've heard tell of the White Rabbit, what the White Rabbit's been up to in the past, in the present. I thought perhaps you should get a little bit of chant yourself. Here's the dark of it. Iniko, rest of them, they're in iron right now, laying low. Think there might have been a turnstag on the last ride, if you remember that. When he says last ride, he means their last job.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise there, dealing with the head coney catcher involved. You ever cross paths with fox lady, goes by the name Shameshka?
Anybody who's familiar with the things that we do knows the name in passing.
Good, good. Well, let's just say that I think that last job involving a whole lot of them might have gone a little bit south, might have been a little bit more involved than Iniko and the rest of them were banking on. You catch my drift? Perhaps it was even a setup from the beginning.
Oh, mon Dieu. Well, I appreciate you telling me this, but is there a reason for you to tell me this right now?
You mean, what's my reason for telling you? What's my reason for telling?
Your reason for telling.
My reason for telling is it's good to be owed a favor by someone as upstanding and well-renowned as yourself.
Well, I'm not exactly in the habit of owing favors, but I'm trying to keep my hands in the city for now, so I might as well oblige.
Smart bloke. And my reason for telling you is that these folk don't care much for loose ends. Y'all's involvement, the whole ordeal, it's a big loose end. All I'll say about it.
I'll keep my nose to the ground and find out what I can.
Alright. Yeah, keep your ears safe. Goes to wander off.
Yep.
Would hate for you to lose them before I can collect on my favor.
I'm sure you move quick, but I move quicker. And Evrard will head back inside.
Alright. At this point, Detect Magic has finished. Ingrid, you detect no magic coming off the scroll. You do, however, detect magic coming off of Meech.
Meech, yes.
Meech. The scroll's find you. Meech.
Oh.
What's up?
Meech is... Give me a second.
Meech, what are you?
Gonna pull up Meech's...
What's my little guy's deal?
He's cursed. He's actually a rich
More
prince.
human. Yeah.
Let's see, where is... okay, yes. What is... I believe it's divination. So he's giving off a faint divination. He has some magical ability that you don't know, and it seems to be divinatory in its power.
I think
Precog rat.
Meech can see the future.
Hold on, I'm double checking to see the magic of the spell that he most closely imitates. It is divination, yeah. So he's giving off a faint divinatory aura.
Maybe he's very good at, like, finding objects? Is that divination? Meech, where are my keys?
If anyone has an identify, they can figure out exactly what Meech does.
No.
I do not have identify.
We cannot identify the rat just yet.
And I don't have speak with animals. I didn't think I need it in the city campaign.
Well, that's
There's
going
always
to...
pigeons and rats and bugs around.
I
dude.
did not think of it, okay?
Oh,
Jeez.
pigeon.
We're like 4th level. We have to specialize, okay?
I'm going to put a pin in this.
You know what?
Huh?
You know what? Make an animal handling check at advantage for me. As you say, find my keys. Make an animal handling check at advantage for me, Sophia.
Okay, animal handling.
I'll say at advantage because you've spent good time. You did the pampering last week, so I'd say he's pretty thoroughly bonded to you at this
It's a
point.
straight roll, and it's a 14.
Woo.
14. You watch as he looks up at you, gives a little nose twitch, and then his eyes glow gold. He starts to peek around, and he, let's see, I think that's, let's say
has
you're
my
standing at
keys?
Bileyg's desk, because Bileyg is, you're doing the detect magic on the scroll.
Bileyg really wants to open the veil,
he
but Ingrid's still
points like
holding
an
it out.
arrow. His nose at Bileyg's sword.
I don't think your keys are in my scabbard.
I also don't think my
Sword,
keys are
are the keys in there?
You get a definite sense of justice
To
from
me,
the
my
sword
X-Men.
as you try to communicate with it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what you always say, Sword. Your keys are not in my sword.
That's what you always say.
Yeah.
Well, you can do something, and we're going to explore this. Bileyg, here's your mail. In the meantime,
Thank you.
maybe Meech can detect magical objects.
Meech.
You
I'm gonna
see-
set down my
We're
loot.
determined to not
My-
let Red get to open the mail.
Very slowly unpeeling the scroll, hoping to not be rude.
My loot, my coffee mug, and I don't know, my pouch of gold. And I say, Meech, do you sense anything coming off of any one of these?
Choose your destiny, young Meech. This will
You see
determine you're the
as
avatar.
the glow fades from the eyes and Meech returns to normal position. You come over, put a bunch of stuff in front of Meech and demand. Meech looks at it and then scampers over to Ingrid and makes squeaking begging sounds that he does when he wants grapes.
I will give him a grape. I will give him a peeled grape.
Okay, how much gold worth of grapes are you going to feed him?
As many as it takes.
This might be a once-a-day ability that doesn't recharge.
Maybe.
You start feeding him grapes for the sake of clarity. Meech can detect. Oh my goodness! I keep closing the page.
Good
I
and
want to get the
evil?
wording for it because he can detect magic items.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Give me a sec. It is, but it works like this. They point when you ask him, he can point his nose in the direction of the nearest magic item, if any, within 30 feet that isn't like concealed. Obviously. They continue pointing at that item for 1 minute, or until you ask him to stop. This ability he refuses to do so again until he consumes 5 gold worth of grapes.
That's a lot of grapes.
That's a lot of grapes.
It's a lot of grapes.
That's
I will.
More
Meech
just
is gonna
very
get
high
fat.
quality grapes.
I've got I imagine Ingrid's got a special bag just full of grapes from each at this point. I'll just continue to feed him
just-
throughout
you got
this
some in the bag
adventure.
of holding, maybe.
Yeah.
Do we have a bag of holding in this campaign? I keep forgetting.
Yes,
Yes,
I
Oobtaglor
won
Oobtaglor
one.
won it.
Oh.
Oobtaglor, I need you
Fortune's
to put
wheel.
all these grapes
Thank you,
in your
Veze.
bag.
Sure, no questions asked.
They're gonna go bad in there.
Not well. Meech eats a lot of
Otherwise,
grapes.
he can also sleep it off and get the
Oh,
charge
sure.
back. I'm going to decide is a reasonable thing. But if you want to use it more than once in a day, you got to feed him 5 gold pieces of grapes.
Good to know.
Anyway,
Grape
you
inflation.
the scroll is non-magical. But
Yes.
okay, you open it.
Uh-huh.
arsenic.
Contained within is the following message.
It's not magic.
Open and
Just
shut
poison.
cases. Boom! No. Open and shut cases. I find myself in need of your services. The good Sir Bileyg comes highly recommended by a professional colleague, Sophia, and so I write to you in haste. We face a potential crisis of health for the citizens of Sigil, and I fear the powers of healers will not be sufficient. Where clerics normally suffice, today we require detectives. Call for me at the gatehouse if you believe you can be of service. Aether Darkfleece.
Aether Darkfleece? Mm-hmm. That's rad. That's like Sonic OC naming conventions
Yeah,
level of
yeah.
cool.
There's a lot going on there.
It is. As I read it, I think that the Aether is actually supposed to refer to the faction that they used to belong to, but we're going to go ahead and say that's their first name. And that there's a connection there. But the Aether are disbanded. Anyone who is from Sigil can give me a history check if they like as to who Aether is or what the Gatehouse is. All of you guys know it. It's extremely close to you. It's like a 20-minute walk.
I'll make this history check. It's a 15 total.
15. The Gatehouse is an extremely large building that used to belong to the Bleak Cabal, I assume, which, despite their name, were one of the more positive factions that existed before the war. We don't have to get into the whole Bleak Cabals thing, but basically they were like, nothing matters. And because nothing matters, all we've got is each other.
Oh, positive
And so they
nihilism.
were kind of like exactly. And they've been disbanded, but a very similarly motivated, ethically aligned group known as the Ring Givers has taken over there, and they're basically like, the more you give, the more the multiverse gives back to you. It is like it's a moral good to be good, and you are rewarded for that in the grand scheme. So the Gatehouse is a place that treats planar maladies. It's basically like a free hospital in Sigil. If you guys remember the infirmary that you thought was really sketchy, was really sketchy and fucked up from a couple sessions ago, they're the opposite of that.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
They're actually some good folk, and
Wow.
Aether Dark Fleece is the head honcho.
I can see why Sophia would like this place.
Who is this, Satya?
Yes, I mean, but like you probably suspect Satya deals with is it the City of Miracles? So you're from the City of Swords. I think it's the City of Miracles is on the same plane, also on Martian, and that is a healing city. That's the greatest place to go in all the Planescape to get healed if something's wrong. But most people can't make it to the 5th level of Mount Celestia.
Not in time to
The
get medical
Gatehouse
treatment.
is a pretty good alternative choice if you're stuck in a cage.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Sophia and I, we go way back. I knew him back when he was a Lantern Archon.
oh.
Yeah, he's really moved up in the world, literally and figuratively.
Is this up
Interesting.
comparatively to Mount Celestia? We are in Sigil, City of Doors.
Oh, no, it's up within Mount Celestia. You know, we grew up together on the
see.
3rd level, and then he made his way up to the 5th, and it's a whole thing. Anyway, we should probably check this out. This feels potentially important. Somebody this polite wouldn't sound this urgent unless it was, like, 3 times worse than he says.
Well, I've got no complaints. Shall we?
Lead the way.
I don't see.
All right. All of you know where the Gatehouse is. Just across the ditch, over into the Hive Ward, very close to the mortuary, you find the Gatehouse. Like an arched tower that has sprouted bat wings, the Gatehouse looms over Bedlam Run in the Madhouse district. Once run by the Bleakers, after the faction war, it's been taken over by the Ring Givers. They could have picked a worse location, though none come to mind. It's home to the best healers of Sigil, selflessly treating any planar malady for whatever Saab manages to make it this far through the Hive without a terrible fate befalling them. You walk up the steps into the building, and there's definitely a sense that this is a building staffed by way fewer people than its size would allow. The thing about being a what's the word I'm looking for? You act really good. You're a philanthropic, asks for nothing in return healer, is that you're in very small company. There's not many of you. So this building is huge, and you suspect that if they had more people, this whole place could potentially be filled with people doing good work. But instead, it is dazzlingly empty, and your footsteps echo as you enter into the main chamber. You see that there are doors open, and you hear voices and things like that, but no one comes to greet you. There is no, this is not like a lot of the other buildings that you've been to in Sigil, like the Hall of Records that you've been to, where there's a very orderly process of people greeting you and trying to, involve you in what's going on. This is a place that is skeleton crew.
perhaps we should try and track down your friend, Bileyg. It seems that it's sort of open air. Do you know what they particularly tend to work on, where they might be?
Oh, well, Satya's probably not here right now. He usually checks in with me when he's in Sigil. Ether Dark Fleece is, I assume, the person we should be liaising with.
Certainly.
Indeed. You start to poke around. I assume you start just poking around and asking if you can find Aether.
Excuse me. It's just anyone going by in the halls.
Yeah, you find someone who's carrying a bunch of freshly wet rags and towels. You ask, and they point you towards another room. You walk through and enter, and you see there are 4 cots in this room. Lots of candles to keep it bright. Each of the cots filled with an occupant, and standing over, inspecting and gently speaking to someone, you see a barrier, which is a centaur, but they're not part horse, they're part goat.
Huh.
So they've got 4 goat legs. They tend to be smaller. She's got jet black hair on top of her head and on the goat part, and she's just wearing basically, imagine simple fantasy scrubs, and she is speaking with and inspecting someone who is laying down. You see this red dragonborn laying on the cot there. As
Dark
you come in,
fleece.
she turns to look at you, and she says, "I'm sorry, but this is a place of... Oh, are you perhaps open and shut cases?"
That would be us, ma'am. I assume we speak to Ether Dark Fleece?
Yes, that's myself. It's Aether. Athar. Aether.
Oh, okay. Cool. My bad. Ether Dark Fleece.
That's myself. She washes her hands in a little bowl that's over there and dries them and comes over to shake hands with each of you. And you must be the good Sir Bileyg.
That would be me, ma'am.
Well, you couldn't have come at a more important hour. I assume that you've got my message if you come here. There's a sickness traveling, and normal means of dealing with it are not dealing with it. We've got to get to the bottom of the cause, and I thought that perhaps with your history, your recommendations, Sir Bileyg, and the rest of you, word has reached even here in these empty halls of the exploits of some of you, the people that you managed to help. I thought that perhaps you would be interested and capable of doing such a thing. I have no conventional means of payment, I'll tell you up front, but certainly we could be using your help.
Well, of course, ma'am. Could you let us know, I suppose, any details of the illness in question?
Yes. Come here. She takes you out of the room, and you assume that, she's about to talk about these 4 people, and she doesn't want to talk about them like they're not in the room while she's in the room with them.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It all started just a few hours ago. The first of them came in, the other 3 shortly after. It's an illness that I know well. It's known as chaos phage, and it's disseminated by beings known as the Slotty from Limbo.
Oh, great.
Awesome.
This specific pathogen is delivered by red slot, but if that was just a normal case, we could deal with it no problem. I've cured this 100 times, 1,000 times in my career. There's something different about this one, though. There are, from what I can tell, 3 separate discrepancies that give this a strange uniqueness to the case. First is that none of them recall being scratched by a red slot, ever. Normally they would have had to be scratched in order to be infected, and for them not to have been wounded by a red slot, I'm not sure where the vector could have come from. Second, it's very strange for all of them to manifest the final stages of the sickness today. It normally takes about 3 months, depends on the size of the individual, things like that, but 3 months for the chaos phage to germinate, to prepare itself to exit the body. So they all must have been infected 3 months ago, but that doesn't really line up. They were all in different places 3 months ago, and of course, like I said, none of them ever recall being scratched, so it's strange for them all to come in at the same time with the same problem, but none of them were together for what it must have been the inciting incident, or what couldn't have been the inciting incident. And finally, usually the phage is curable by any means of restoration, anything that normally cures the disease, but it's been resisting all normal disease-curing magics, where normally even the simplest things take care of it. You see the problem here. It's resistant to being cured. We're not sure where it came from, and if it is indeed not taking 3 months to germinate, but judging by the 4 of them, it's spreading impossibly quickly. We're looking at a potential large problem in our hands here in the cage.
That's quite a lot to digest, ma'am. I'm not familiar with the ailment in question, I'm afraid. I was more City of Swords than City of Healers, but how contagious is it in its standard form?
Normally only spreadable via slot. You can't get it from someone else who's sick. You have to be getting it from the source. And she will also tell you the symptoms of it, which are in the 24 hours before the slod tadpole is birthed, which is what she's saying right now, is that we're in that final 24. The first 3 months, you're usually asymptomatic. The final 24 hours, which is what we're in right now, the host starts to feel unwell. Its speed is halved. It has disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. When the tadpole is ready, it chews its way through the vital organs out of the chest, killing the host in 1 round.
So this is straight up Xenomorph shit, is what we're dealing with today.
It's straight up Xenomorph shit. Yep.
Okay.
We've done so well not being disgusting in this campaign so far.
It was time to break
We were even
the
in a
seal.
sewer last episode.
Yeah, I know. I was starting to. I was itching my arms. I was starting to really Jones for some grossness.
Last
Ugh.
campaign was the Mind Flayers.
Yep.
This time it's the Slotty.
Not.
Just 1 episode with Slod, guys. Jeez, you're making a big deal out of this.
We get 1 episode, a campaign where the Slod are involved in some way. Not to, put too fine a point of it. May we ask a few questions about the movements and all of these particular individuals? I can think I speak for the group when I say that we may not be a particular aid in the healing aspect itself, but we could perhaps track down the original point in which they were infected, find out if there's been anything done to spread this disease, and hopefully staunch that spread in its tracks.
That's exactly what I require. If you can find the cause, if we can learn what it is, or better yet, if you can bring it to me, whatever might be infecting them, we can hopefully, I think confidently, concoct a cure.
Very well.
That part I can handle, if you can handle the investigation. Obviously, we've been trying to figure out the cause for ourselves for the last few hours, but we're not investigators, we're doctors.
May we speak to those who are infected? Though they may not have been in the same place 3 months ago, I think it's safe to presume that something may be wibbly with the timeline. Perhaps there's a common area for them.
Certainly. They've answered all our questions, and I think they'd be open to answering them again if it means that they're going to be able to... They have a chance of getting better. We haven't been able to find any connections, but then again, that's why we need you. She opens the door. Good luck. She'll let you guys know there are 4 patients here. The first is Sable. She's a tabaxi, so that's the stat block. We'd consider, in lore, you consider her an Ardling. She's one of the beast folk from the upper planes.
Nice.
There is Agni, who is a red dragonborn. There's Delta, who is a water genasi. And there is Wenna, who is a satyr.
Gwenna.
Bueno, I think.
Gotcha.
Wenna. So, they are open to any and all questions you would like to ask them. I don't know if... I imagine this going 2 rounds. 1, you can each take a person, and we can roll to see what kind of information or connections you might get, or one of you can kind of helm an investigation and ask the questions, and obviously anyone feel free to chime in with questions as well. But I think that's probably a little more standard way of role-playing through
I
it.
really like the
But
idea
I leave
of
it
each
to
of us taking a
the party
person,
how you would
because
like
in
to.
my brain, that's the scene in the movie where we go into a montage
Yeah.
and it cross-cuts between the different interviews as their information
Yeah.
starts to come together. So I
All right,
would
fantastic.
I would vote that, but please the rest of the crew, so we would rather mix it up.
No, that sounds good to me.
Before we break
Yeah.
up
Which would you
tea,
like to
I
take?
would be particularly interested in us all finding out the whereabouts of our individuals within the last 24 hours. Perhaps they may not have needed quite as long a germination period, and I think that that's probably the most likely timeline. But any other information we can glean is useful as well.
Also, ask if they've been in any trouble recently. Something about this tells me that someone might be doing this on purpose, testing something. That's my intuition. Something such as small as if it is as contagious as it is. then seems like it's starting small, and it might be a small testing ground for whatever nefarious person. But that's just me thinking of the worst case scenario. Try to find out if they've been in trouble. There might be a commonality behind all that.
Great. Well,
It's good thinking.
All right.
Great.
Why don't each of you claim? Why don't you each claim a I'm gonna say customer, a patient. Ingrid, who would you like to speak to?
I'll do the water genasi.
All right, you're gonna take Delta.
Delta.
Bileyg.
Who came in first?
That's a good question. Hold on, let me check my notes. That would be Wenna.
The satyr?
The satyr, yes.
Yeah, I'll talk to her.
Evrard, who would you like?
Agni? The Red Dragonborn?
All right, you can take the Dragonborn, which leaves Sable, the Tabaxi, for our friend the Oob. All right, let's go down the list, and you can ask some questions. And when you ask, I'm going to have you roll an investigation check, but use your charisma. So
Okay.
it's charisma, and then if you're proficient in investigation, go ahead and roll your proficiency. This is you knowing what to look for, investigation proficiency, but you're kind of using your charm to get through it. Right? You're carrying them through the conversation, trying to get the answers you need, trying to make sure they give you the right information, that you don't ask the question in a poor way and thus elude the actual information you want. So, Ingrid, starting us off, what would you like to ask Delta?
Hello, my dear. I'm so sorry for your ailment. I would find it very helpful if you could tell me where you've been in the last 24 hours.
All right. Delta lets you know. 24 hours. 24 hours, mostly at home. Let's see. I got sick this morning, and then I came here. Before that, I was in my apartment in the market ward, and that was overnight. And then before that, I was mostly running errands, picking things up. Yeah.
Also in the market ward, or?
Market ward and clerk's ward.
Alright.
All right, let's go to Bileyg.
Hey, I'm terribly sorry to hear about your current situation. I hope you're staying comfortable can be right now. We're going to try and get to the bottom of this as quickly as possible. So if you don't mind, though, could you perhaps let me know what you've been up to this last day or so? You know, where you've been, when you started to feel ill, if you noticed anything before that. Just anything would be helpful at this point.
All right, go ahead and roll me that check I just asked for, Sophia. I forgot to ask you to roll it as well. Go ahead and roll it and let me know what you get.
Okay.
That's a 14 total for me.
I'm not proficient in investigation.
So
It's
that was
only
your charisma plus investigation proficiency, right, Sophia?
Oh, not... Sorry, do I add my proficiency bonus or my investigation bonus?
All right, so your proficiency, investigation, are you expertise in it?
Yes.
Fantastic. So that should be +4 or +6, I think, because it's double your proficiency.
+4.
+4.
+4?
Yeah.
So +4, so add your charisma +4. So we're using your charisma score, but taking the proficiency that you have assigned to investigation for this. Same way you can do a intimidation strength check, for example, if you're a barbarian that's trying to scare someone by making an intimidation
Gotcha.
check, but rolling with strength and
So
proficiency instead.
I think that's
Right.
add 4 to what I just said, so that would be, what did I say, 14? 18 then?
Yes.
18.
18, fantastic. All right, Bileyg, what'd you roll?
I rolled bad. I got a 7.
7. All right. Talking to Wenna, can you remind me your phrasing of the question?
Where she's been the last few days, last day or so, when she started to feel sick, any details she might think is relevant.
She tells you, I was at work yesterday, and I left early because I was feeling sick. And then in the middle of the night, I was feeling really sick, so I came in here. And, I mean, that's basically what I did the last day, other than just, I was at home. I woke up. I went to work in the evening, and then I left early, like I said, because I was starting to feel badly.
Okay, so you were starting to feel sick already. Did you perhaps go out at any point before that? In the day before you started to feel ill? Did you go out with friends, go out to eat, run errands?
No, I don't go out to eat. I work in a tavern.
You work in a tavern, you said?
Yes, but I double check Wanna. Yes. Having 4 NPCs, you have to memorize backstories.
Yeah.
She says, "No, I don't go out to eat. I work in a tavern." No, I mean I tend to work late, so I was doing my late shift, and I've had the late shift last couple of days.
I see. Do you remember any notable encounters while you were working at the tavern? Did perhaps a customer get, I don't know how to phrase this delicately, ma'am, handsy at any point?
No, I work at the Black Wind Tavern. She says like that's supposed to mean something to you. You can make a history check if you'd like.
Sure. 17.
Okay. I'll say on 17 you've heard of this one. The Black Wind Tavern is a silent tavern. It's for extremely introspective people. No one there speaks. When you go in, you have to be completely silent.
That's fascinating.
So it's a very chill vibe. It's not it's the opposite of a rowdy place.
Would I know what ward it's in?
It's in the double check the map here. I believe it's in the clerk's ward.
Okay.
Clerks. Oh my god, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
If it was an easy mystery, they wouldn't have need to call you guys in.
True. That's true.
Yes, it's in Farrier's Court. Farrier's Court in the Workers' District of the Clerk's Ward. All right. I'm going to say that's your first question. Oob. Go ahead and make your roll, and then ask your question.
All right. I'll basically I'll phrase it in the same way as Bileyg. Where you've been in the last day or so, if you can supply times and locations for your whereabouts, that would be most helpful as well.
Oh my goodness. So you're talking to... what's your dice roll?
Okay. So natural 18 plus 1, 19 plus 4, 23.
Okay. Oh yes, Jack of all trades. You get that extra... Plus...
Your charisma's only plus 1?
Speaking... this.
No, Jack of all trades gives me half my proficiency bonus on all skills that I didn't declare I was proficient in.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. So Oob just gets a flat plus 1 minimum to all
Nice.
ability checks.
Yeah.
Plus, and then if they're proficient, then higher. Anyway, Sable is a very fast talker. For sake of clarity, I will not go through as Sable would. But Sable tells you, where haven't I been? I've been all over Sigil in the last day. I just started work at the Hall of Information. Yesterday was my first day. I'm a courier, which means that they have me delivering missives, picking up notes, ferrying them all over the city, and they're very anxious to get back because they're like, it's literally the second day and I'm taking a sick day, and there's not like unionization in Sigil, so they're worried they're just going to get fired from their job.
Oof.
Has your work taken you anywhere in the Market Ward or near the Black Wind Tavern?
I'm gonna roll with your 23. I'm gonna roll this with advantage. That's a natural 19 with a static plus 1 that I assume for most NPCs with most abilities, which gives us a dirty 20. You specifically asking about the Black Wind Tavern, which I'm going to assume everyone can kind of hear each other's conversations. I'm not going to say like, oh, how would your character know that? Like, you guys are asking questions, cross-referencing, and this might not be the literal order of questions as they're asked. So, specifically mentioning the Black Wind Tavern, and getting a 20 on their history check. You say the what did you say first? The Market Ward?
Market Ward, yeah. I don't know where
They go,
specifically
oh, well, of
Delta
course.
moves,
They
but-
were like, oh, what did I have? 7 deliveries, 8 deliveries yesterday. They mark my word. And then they go, wait, you see the Blackwind Tavern?
Yes.
That's that real spooky place over in Farrier's Court, right?
You can interpret it as such, yes.
Yeah. Every time you walk past there, the sod out front gives you a kind of thing.
That is how I understand it, yes.
Yeah, I was just there. Oh my goodness, was it? I guess it was yesterday morning. No, not making a delivery. But I was visiting the unemployment office over there. They're the ones who set me up with the job in the first place. I got the assignment from Tensor, and then I reported to the Hall of Information to start that day.
A floating disc
Who
fame?
is this Tensor?
So I started my day over there.
Tensor, a floating disc fame?
You can assume it's a different Tensor.
It's such a
Tensor's
popular
famous
name.
great-great-great-grandfather.
I mean, I swear, like, every other child I meet these days is named Tensor.
Tensor is already a thing. This guy would be anyway. But yeah, he gives you on a specifically asking about that place of work, and then them getting a 20, which because of I rolled at advantage because of your high investigative charisma roll. They give you that information.
I'll tell the others to maybe narrow in on the Blackwind Tavern. That's the only connection that we seem to have made so far.
Noted.
Okay, let's go over to Wally.
Evrard isn't
You're
going to say
interviewing
any...
Agni. Big motherfucking dude. Like, this dude is like feet hanging over the edge of the bed. They've got like 4 pillows to prop up his giant reptilian head.
Evrard will first just go around and make sure he's comfortable. He says, bonjour, monsieur. How are you feeling today?
Lousy.
I'm sorry to hear
You
that.
another doctor?
Not quite. I am here to help, though.
So, how are you going to help if you're not a doctor?
I am trying to find out how you got into this position in the first place. So, if you don't mind, I'd like to merely ask a couple of questions.
Fire away.
Right. Have you been...
They snort a little smoke.
I'd like to know where you've been in the past 24 hours or so.
Not much going on. I'm unemployed right now. I spend
Unemployed.
most of my time in my apartment.
And have you been out to any particular places? Are you currently looking for work? Obviously not. Yeah, in here, unfortunately. But how have before today? Where have you looked for work?
Go ahead and roll your check.
Okay, here we go.
Investigation plus charisma. Because this is a charisma roll, I think you technically get to add your wisdom to this.
Correct.
Okay, so you're about to add something crazy, I think.
I'm only adding 6 to this, and I need it.
Only
Okay.
6.
I need it because I rolled a 9, so a total of 15.
15 is still good. Where I've applied to a lot of places. Let's see, trying to get in on a. Give me one sec. It says filling out applications. Been trying to get in. Let's see. An expedition to Arborea. Don't really think that there's going to be much there. Let's see. There was a job, trying to get a job heading to Limbo. There's also, I heard about a courier service job that's open, so I applied to that as well. Waiting
And-
to hear back if I'm a right fit for any of those.
And who did and where are you applying for these jobs?
Oh, I'm using an employment service to get them out. It's a little hard to get your name in there, but they help bring together all the jobs and then set people up with the right fit. Otherwise, you just got to go on word of mouth and what you hear, and, well, I've been trying for a couple months, and that has not panned out. I was lucky to get a recommendation to be able to get in with the dude.
And who is that exactly?
Oh. What's his name? Utadas Tensor.
Ah, okay. How do you spell that?
Utadas is
Yes.
UTADAS.
E-A.
It's probably Utadas.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Utadas. And Tensor is TENSAR.
A-R, okay.
Utadas.
Okay. So we have a name.
All right. I'm going to circle it around again and ask if there's any other questions anyone wants to ask, starting with Sophia.
I'd like to kind of continue my line of questioning from before and sort of narrow it in more now that the rest of the crew's been feeding me info. Did any of your travels take you to the Blackwind Tavern, was it?
Blackwind Tavern? No. What is it?
It's a rather dreary joint, but it's something nearby an unemployment office and other such things.
Tensors?
Yes. Did you stop by there?
Yeah, one of my errands was dropping off a form there,
Interesting.
looking for work.
Well, that certainly is something. Could I ask you a follow-up question?
I don't think I'm going anywhere.
Have you had any aggressive incidents happen to you lately? Anything uncomfortable? Any sort of trouble that you've been in? Or has it all been business as usual until the illness?
Comfortable business? I mean, she leans in, she's like, I'm looking for honest work because I'm not in any clandestine, if that's what you're asking.
Merely want to make sure you haven't run into any disguised red slot or anything lately that could potentially be throwing the results.
They asked about the red slot. I haven't been scratched by a red slot. I don't know what to tell you. I think I'd remember a 7-foot interdimensional toad scratching me.
I do as well. Any other scrapes, fights, rumbles at a bar?
No.
Like to insight.
Not that I think of.
Can I make an insight check on that?
You want to make an insight?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead, make an insight check.
14.
14? You definitely think she's telling you the truth. It's you find that you're just working with broad information here. You got very specific with the Blackwind Tavern and with the employment office and the square, Farrier's Court. When you turn to this line of questioning on injuries, your 18 is good, but she's not being directed closely enough to get any more answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you think she's being truthful. If you wanted a better answer, there has to be like a better question, basically. They've already asked her, like, have you been scraped? Because they assume that a slod scratched her at some point. She just didn't realize it.
If we could take a few steps back, when you dropped off your formed tensor, can you just tell me what that experience was like? You went into the office, particular location, anyone you talked to while you were there?
Did they make you lick any envelopes?
I went to the office. Tensor is an intense guy, well-meaning. He asked me about my outfit, actually, which kind of took me aback. He seems to know a lot about Feywild fashion, apparently, which I wouldn't have guessed because I have to assume he has not updated his wardrobe since he was a teenager, I would assume. And he's definitely not anymore. Nice guy, though. Like I said, intense, very focused and results-driven. Asked me a lot of questions about myself so that he could get a good feel of what I would be fit for. Whole process took maybe 20 minutes, and then I went on my way. Like I said, I had other things to take care of.
And anything to eat or drink while you were there? Pick up candy from a bowl, that sort of thing?
No, budget's kind of tight.
You weren't offered anything at the office? Not a cup of coffee, nothing like that, while you were having a conversation with Tensa?
No, he seems the frugal sort. I don't think he would offer free refreshments like that. And like I said, budget's tight. I didn't buy anything on the way.
Oh, of course, fair enough.
Or the way back.
Yeah, I would just kind of continue in this line of questioning if we want to move to someone else. I just sort of wanted to get the...
Yeah, fantastic. Bileyg, are there any other questions you would like to ask?
That was roughly going to be my question as well. Just like sort of walk me through the process. You know, did you have to fill out any forms? Did you shake anyone's hand? That kind of thing.
Well, Owena didn't... There's no connection to Owena and Tensor as of right now.
Owena works across the square at the Black Wind Tavern.
Yeah.
So...
She's like really close, but I suppose I can ask specifically, like, it seems like the rest of your fellow patients, the only thing they have in common is the unemployment office across the place from your tavern, although, have you perhaps frequented it? Although, you seem steadily employed, I'm not sure it's exactly your wheelhouse.
Oh, no, never been there. I know it, though. It's across the way.
Does Tensor ever come into your tavern?
From what I understand of the man, he's not one to shut up, so I don't know that he would find the Black Wind Tavern a particularly enticing venue.
I understand you may not know this, and I may be asking the wrong person, but do you know if Tensor has any assistants, employees, anybody who works with him?
Never been in there myself, just word of mouth from a couple people who have stopped in afterwards.
That, is this she doesn't know, or that, he doesn't have...
She doesn't know. No.
Okay,
know.
I would sort of imply that someone who's grilling one of the other people should ask that question, because if he has any employees and they come into the tavern, that's a connection. But... yeah, I don't really...
Well, why don't we move on? And we'll ask Oob. Oob, are there any other questions you want to ask?
I would like to know... physical features of Tensor, race, or species, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A quick description of him. He is a human, bald with a red beard, lots of gray coming in, though. It's more streaked red at this point than it is red. Dresses nicely, but perhaps clothes have not been properly tailored to his now older, middle-aged body type.
I see. When was the last time you visited Tensor? I assume it was before working in the Hall of Information. Do you know roughly how long ago that was?
Sable tells you that it was yesterday morning. I went to see if there had been any placement for me,
right.
And he gave me my placement, and I reported for duty within the hour.
And then you delivered a package to the Black Wind Tavern as part of your... No.
I don't know the place.
Okay.
Been all over Sigil, though.
Yes. I guess I got nothing for now. My thinking is that it's either... I mean, either it's Tensor specifically, or it's just something about that block that's causing the thing. If there's somehow a connection between like someone going into the Black Wind Tavern from Tensor's office, I'll ask. Does Tensor have any employees, or anyone who might frequent the Black Wind Tavern?
No, just Tensor himself. I don't think he'd hire an assistant. Not only does he seem kind of turning the purse strings, but he's also the kind of he seems kind of a micromanager, likes to take care of everything himself.
I see. Yeah, those are all the questions I have.
I think we gotta investigate that square.
Oh, yeah.
Then let's head over to Evrard, give Evrard one more question if he would like, and then, unless anyone has anything else, then I'll leave you to your investigation.
Evrard will, once again, he'll get up and he'll start pacing. So, Monsieur Agni, before I leave, if you are indeed looking for a job, as me and my compatriots are detectives, and if you have any experience working any sort of security, we may have a position for you.
I've been known to rough up some people who were ne'er-do-wells in the past. I appreciate that. Well, you know where to find me if you need me.
Oui.
Gives a laugh and then kind of a cough.
I only ask that you stay alive, stay well, and I'll be back. And he will put a flower, a gold coin, pour him a glass of water, tip his hat, and leave.
Okay. Well done. All right, does anyone have any other follow-up questions, or would you like to move on?
I'm ready to excuse myself and start going over that square with a fine-tooth comb.
As am I.
I think it's time to go pay Tensor a visit.
Yes.
Oui?
Okay. Wishing you luck. Aether gives you Afflax. I think I've been saying it wrong. No wonder I typed it wrong to begin with. Afflax, Darkfleece. I think I said it wrong.
Oh, her name isn't Aether, it's Afflax? Okay.
Yeah, that's why. I was thinking of the Aether who are a different thing. It's Afflax.
Cool.
Afflax.
Afflax.
Ms. Darkfleece. Ms. Darkfleece wishes you luck, and you are going to head over to the clerk's ward.
It seems like
bit of a
everything's
walk.
really
So that marks off
triangulating around this
1
area.
hour.
Yes.
Yes. 1 hour spent speaking with all those people.
I don't like that we have a
Well,
clock.
they do have 24 hours or less.
There's always a clock. Sometimes I just don't. Yeah. Sometimes I just don't let you know.
Okay. It's good to know.
Anyway, your destination takes you all the way. Ooh, there we go. Passing by the Fest Hall district and into the Workers' District to the open square known as Farrier's Court. The name rings true. Horses of all types from all kinds of worlds fill the street, tied to posts or being led by owners.
my nightmare.
Moving to the side to allow an emaciated zombie horse to pass, you see what you must assume to be the Blackwind Tavern, a bouncer standing outside of this very curtains-drawn dark tavern who brings a finger to the lips in a silent motion before beckoning you to the door if you would like to offer you entry. You have made it to Farrier's Court. Would you like to continue to Tensor's?
I think we go straight to the source. Unless we'd like to look around, perhaps more people might have gotten sick.
Can I
We can
thinking-
send.
I have a suggestion. It might be a little risky, and it might not yield anything, but before we walk on into Tensor's, Oobtaglor, you've been very eager to make use of your disguise, and
Oh.
Tensor's is, I understand, a place for those who are currently unemployed. Any characters of such a type in your roster that you'd like to break out and perhaps try and enter into Tensor's to just see what it's like for an individual and if there's anything suspicious that occurs?
I can certainly try. I'll go get the Hat of Disguise out, and I will turn myself into. I was gonna say a changeling, but that's not helpful. I'll turn myself into a gnome. I'll kind of model myself after Lori, but not too similar that I could be confused for him.
Not to give
Sure. Just drawing some
suggestions.
inspiration in the broad strokes.
If we think that there's anything hinky going on specifically with this guy's unemployment office, turning up as one of those people who should by all rights be bedridden with a slide growing in him might get you a reaction.
That's true.
True. In that case, I can use the Hat of Disguise to turn myself into. I'll do Agni.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do Agni because he was still unemployed as of him getting sick.
So, just walk in,
All right.
ask for an update, and keep a sharp eye for anything unusual. We can approach as our detective cells afterwards, but it does have a tendency to put individuals who are up to nefarious purposes on edge, so perhaps by sending in something of a scouting Oobtaglor, we can glean some additional information.
I shall do my best.
And while you're doing that, I think I at least would like to check out the tavern just a little bit. Not necessarily loiter, but try and retrace the steps that Juana took and see, did she pass through any suspicious doorways?
Well, if it's a tavern that you're interested in, I'm pretty good with those generally, so I'll go with you on that regard if you like.
Well, we won't be able to talk inside, if that stymies anything.
I can say 1,000 words with a single look. The silent stage era was very influential in Sigil for quite a while when I was up and coming, and I used to be well sought after. Ingrid will start rambling.
It didn't used to be sound.
Fascinating.
Ingrid was Buster Keaton.
All right.
Ingrid is very heavily based on the character of Norma Desmond from the movie Sunset Boulevard, who was an aging silent film starlet who failed to make the jump from silent film to talkies, and this is fulfilling that.
Wow.
Why did she have an annoying voice?
Oh, singing in the rain energy.
All right. So 2 people are heading to the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Oob, disguised as Agni, is heading to the employment to Tensors. Bileyg, are you gonna do anything? Sorry, not Bileyg. Evrard, are you gonna do anything?
Evrard will go with Oob to Tensors. He won't go in. I don't know if there's going to be if there's a way for him to kind of watch, be like eyes and ears on the other side of the door. But he will definitely.
I could do something.
Yeah, I mean, you could stealth and perception if you choose.
Yeah.
If you so please.
If you would like some help with that, Evrard. And I will take up my loot, and through it, cast invisibility.
Hell yeah.
Does that interfere? Oh, disguise self isn't concentration.
It's not concentration.
Okay, yep, so you're all good?
Perfect.
All right, so approaching 2 parties. First off, let's take care of ability checks as we. Now let's take care of Evrard first. Evrard, go ahead and roll your stealth, followed by your perception.
Stealth is fantastic. That's a 26.
Okay, let's check Tensor's stats. Thaco 14. Thank you, Planescape book.
Oh my god.
Whoa,
We're in
TBT.
Thaco era?
I bought a reprint copy that eBay lied to me and said was a real copy, but it was extremely cheap, so I was suspicious that would be a fake copy to begin with, so I was disappointed but not surprised, and ultimately okay. But anyway, I bought a printed copy of In the Cage, Guide to Sigil.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
and the
23.
perception.
Yeah, cool. And then make me a perception.
Okay. That's a 15.
15, cool. 15 is extremely commendable at 4th level.
I have a plus 8. I should be rolling higher.
Oh no, don't tell him that. He might give you less information.
Oobtaglor and Evrard. Your destination takes you all the way to the edge of the city. On the very last street before the Spireward Edge, you find it. An unassuming building of red brick on Hull Road. The window ensures that you do not mistake it for anything else. Tensor's employment service. To rid oneself of avarice, to shun temptation, and to resist corruption is to attain the most enviable of all titles, an honest person. Next to it, you see a black slate set up in the window that is scrawled on it, "Help wanted, inquire within," with headlines like "Responsible persons," "Like to travel," and "Join the elite, Sigil's richest messengers." Oob, you enter, and you see the exact figure that I described before, sitting behind a desk in this rather small office.
It's a one room kind of building.
It is a one room office. There's a back room, clearly. There's piles of papers. There's like a bench for someone to sit on, presumably if they were waiting. And then there's just one desk with a chair on either side. Tensor himself, Udadas, sitting in it, looks up and says to you, "Agni, good boy. Glad you came back in. I thought that perhaps this would take a little longer, but it seems that you are indeed approved for the Arborea expedition." Starts pulling out papers. Go ahead. Actually, I'm sorry. I should have you make me a performance or deception check and do it at advantage, since you do obviously look like the person.
Sure. I would also like to insight check Tensor, just seeing like if there was any hint of like incredulousness that I'm up and about, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But as for my performance check, that is a 24.
Nice.
Okay, even with his higher than average normal citizen stats, because he is he's a wizard. He does not seem to suspect anything. And on your insight check.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna use luck. That was a 2, and I'm not using this die. Okay. 12.
12. No, you don't see any surprise. There's a moment of surprise but it seems very good-natured, as he did not expect to see you so soon. You assume like he must have been like, come back in 3 days or something, and you're back the next day. And he's like, I actually got word, you're approved for the Arborea expedition. He starts pulling out all kinds of paperwork and explaining like the pay and where to sign and things like that. All right, so you remember from the ad that this is a ruined excavation in Pelion, doing some underwater mapping. I assume that they must want you for some labor involved. You're going to have to supply your own weapons, of course, but additional gear will be furnished by your employer. The wage is 70 gold pieces for the month, and just like starts going through and listing stuff to you as if you are the dude.
Tensor, I am not sure whether or not this job is for me. I know that I expressed some interest in it before, but circumstances dictate that I remain in Sigil for the near future. But I thank you for your efforts, all the same.
You can see his demeanor shifts immediately. He goes, your thanks is appreciated, but employers don't tend to like it when you sign up for something saying that you're happy to do it, and then within a day, change your mind, back out. I'll tell you that your other applications are still out. We haven't heard word on them, but I'm not sure I can give a high recommendation after such an immediate withdrawal such as this one.
I will take my chances. Are there any other jobs that I may apply for?
Well, I've already sent in for the courier. They just hired someone, but never. My understanding is that that's a kind of job that turns over rather quickly. And then there's the exterminators needed in Limbo. Still haven't heard anything back from that. That's, I think, perhaps a little above your normal pay grade, but it's possible that they haven't had any other applicants and they'll want you.
Are there any other applications that I have not signed up for yet that I may sign up for? I'm basically trying to get him to undergo the application process so that I can see if there's any touch involved, anything that could, if it is Tensor that's transmitting this chaos phage. I'm trying to discern if there's if it's through handing over papers or licking envelopes or something like that.
He says, I haven't anything come back in the last day, but tell you what, I haven't had the courier come in just yet. If you want to fill out another application, you can put your name, leave it blank, and I'll fill it out for you if I think that there's something that's suitable for your talents and skills after our interview. He passes over, and you see he does have a piece. He has a whole. What'd you say?
I think that would be for the best.
By the way, Evrard, you can hear all of this with the perception check. You're all good.
I'm going to head to the back room, and I'd like to poke around, see what's there.
Okay. Excuse me. Fantastic. So you get this paper. It says Tensor's Employment Service Condition of Employment Pledge, and I could read the whole thing, but there's basically some it includes a morality clause on I will fulfill all obligations as I promised my employer. Basically, this is his way of getting information from you to give to the employer, but also showing that everyone he vets, he believes in.
I see. I just kind of hold my hand out for Tensor to, I don't know, give me the application.
You take it.
Okay. No hand touching, no subtle caresses or anything like that.
Make a perception check.
Okay. I'm gonna use luck again.
Oh no.
This is what I got this. This is what I got this for. Okay. 11.
11. You don't notice anything.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll just kind of. I don't know Agni's handwriting, so I'm just gonna write Agni in the top and just hand it back.
All right, make me a deception check straight this time.
Yeah.
You convinced him up until now, but also this is extremely unconvincing. So.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. 23.
Okay, he continues to roll low. He takes it and just happens to put it off to the side, like not really checking it out.
Okay, cool. If that is all, I think I shall be taking my leave now.
Yes, come back on the morrow. I'll see if we have anything new for you then.
I kind of try to subtly kick around for Evrard, actually, upon realizing that he might not be here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Evrard, you're in the back. What are you doing?
Wait, first of all, is there any way to leave this back room? Should things go tits up? First thing I would like to look for is an escape route. Second thing.
Okay, hold on. So there's an alley behind. So,
okay.
Oh, did you sneak into the room with him? Sorry,
Yes,
I thought you were.
I snuck into
so
the
you were
room
in
with
the room.
him, and then I went.
Okay, and then
yes.
you snuck into the back room. Okay, the back room is a huge area of filing cabinets. There's a door into the back alley. There is a little window into the back alley, and there's a staircase up to what you assume is probably his apartment upstairs.
Okay. Nothing weird or out of the ordinary from a cursory glance looking at all this paperwork?
Investigate.
Okay.
Do it. Investigate.
Do I see...
Second natural nat
is
team
it
tonight. I only have a +1 on
like-
investigation, which is weird.
Sorry,
but okay.
Austin. Is it
Hell
like
yeah,
an
dude.
open door frame into the back, or is it a door? I could have subtly seen Evrard open and close or something like that?
Yeah, I think that it would be a slightly ajar door. So you would have seen it like drift a little bit. I'll allow it.
All right. I'll maybe loiter around for like half a minute, but then make a very pronounced motion of like holding the door open for like another 15 seconds as I leave, and then I'll leave.
Just bend down to tie your shoe.
All right. Cool. Could I get so Wally, what was your investigation check? And Noir, could I get you to make me a Constitution saving throw really quick?
Oh, okay. 7. Is this against being
7?
poisoned?
It's against being diseased.
Okay. All right.
So
Guys,
what'd you roll?
we found the source.
Where? We're rolling the door, right?
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Sure.
It's another
Oobtaglor.
monster house. Big slot this
You're just
time.
getting chewed on by a little mimic door.
14.
14. You walk outside, and you immediately begin to feel bad. You are diseased. Your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks.
Damn.
I take off my hat of disguise. Do I see a slot growing in me? I'm translucent.
You start to look, and you see, a little egg floating through your body.
That's way too quick. What is this? What is happening?
Oh, it's way too quick. What was your investigation?
Dirty
Evrard?
20.
Dirty 20. Okay, you start looking around, and I'll allow this. You start looking around, and you're like looking through papers, trying not to make too much noise. Everything seems by the book, like there's nothing that's weird. And then you catch a little bit of like falling. There's light coming in through the window in the back, and you catch a little bit of like drifting dust. And you look up and you notice that there is like a hole in the corner of the ceiling, like where the walls and the ceiling meet. There is a hole there, and there's like little bits of like sawdust kind of drifting down through.
Okay.
Could I get you to please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh god.
Fudge.
No, this is good. This is good information. It's not due to interacting with Tensor. It's something about the room itself.
Maybe it's
Okay.
maybe it's
Good
a little
information to
pocket
have.
door. This is the city of doors. Maybe it just
That
walks
is a-
straight up into Limbo.
That is a flat 15.
You succeed.
Oh, thank God.
Because you succeed, you are also immune to being you're immune to this version of the disease for 24 hours. You cannot be infected
Okay.
this way for 24 hours.
So you're not
Make me
gonna
a
be
perception check at advantage because of your high investigation.
All right, here we go.
Come on, Wally.
3 and a 4. Total of 12.
12. You kind of feel like a little wave of nausea come over you, and then you suppress it. You feel okay. But you don't notice anything in addition to what you've already seen.
Okay. Well,
And I think from there we're going to cut,
Yeah.
unless there's any final thing you want to do, we're going to cut over to the tavern.
I think I was debating whether I should try and sneak in the back to meet up with Evrard, but I think I'm just gonna wait for him outside.
Can you,
I
like,
would have
remove
left.
the
tapped
like,
him on the
reach
shoulder
in
and let him
and
know.
back the-
It's not that easy.
What do you mean?
Feels like for
They're
the
made of
ooze, it should
goo.
be, right?
Yeah.
Follows me.
All
The
right,
egg
if you
follows
attempt
me.
to reach in and pull it out, it would be like pulling out one of your organs. It's attached to the rest of your body, and
Yeah.
you're going to potentially kill yourself trying to rip this thing out of you.
Ugh.
Be badass, though.
Badass.
This is
Oobtaglor
real
is
the
debating.
Wolverine open heart surgery on himself energy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oobtaglor
yeah.
is debating the
A
ramifications
movie we've
of this,
all
and
seen and remember.
Am I wrong?
I don't know that she's wrong, though, is the thing.
Okay, I did know what you were referencing, right? So.
Yeah, I did too. Yes.
All right. Do you rejoin Evrard, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
I would rejoin at this point. I
Okay.
felt a wave of nausea.
Yeah,
I'm just
Evrard
like,
is
okay.
sorry. Oobtaglor is like starting to like droop a little bit. Like you see like beads of sweat, but it's their own body kind of like running down. They're not
I have
sloughing anything off, but they're kind of like having a hard time keeping any kind of normal form.
I have good news and bad news, Evrard. Which would you like to hear?
I kind of look him up and down, and I felt the nausea, and I guess I could also see the egg in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
The good news.
I am confident we will solve this mystery before anyone dies. I am very motivated to do so.
Oui, mes amis, I believe so as well, and let me guess the bad news.
Sure, guess away. And I try and hide the egg.
Are you perhaps sick?
Yes.
I'm sorry, mes amis. Luckily, like you said, we will solve this very soon.
How are you, Evrard? Are you sick as well? Because we would be doubly motivated in order to solve this case.
Luckily for me, I am not sick. So we don't have that to worry about. At least not yet.
So was it something about Tensor? Was it something about the room? Was it something about the building or Tensor himself?
It's definitely something about the building. Tensor just might be. Actually, he was not sick, was he?
I suppose not.
Well, I think we should at least wait for our compatriots to come back. But for now, it looks like you need to sit down.
I am sitting down.
All right, let's cut over to the Blackwind Tavern. You walk up, step over some enormous unicorn poop that's lying glittering in the street, and it's Farrier's court. And
Scoop it up. Save it
the
for later.
bouncer at the door gestures,
character.
opens the
Wrong
door for you to
character.
walk inside. It is
Danny is screaming in the back of your head like, unicorn poop? I could do so much with unicorn poop.
It inside. It is cool and silent. The eatery is decorated with violent tapestries and dark wooden paneling, almost black, fine Krigalan enderpine. Your footsteps on the wood are the loudest sound once you are inside. a Korid, which is like a stone elemental. They look like, oh god, how to describe them. They're about 2 feet tall. They look like if you took a satyr and a dwarf, you put them together, you squashed them down, and then you made them made out of stone. So they have like little satyr bottom halves, and the top halves of guys, or women, this one's a man, but a big black beard and like long black hair, but it's like thick stony hair, and their skin is literally gray rock. So it's this weird little elemental creature. You see that he is standing on the bar, absently wiping down tankards before placing it on the counter with great care so that there's not too much sound. Everywhere people are drinking, and there's like felt what's the word I'm looking for? Coasters. There's like felt coasters and things like that for them, so that is quiet. And everyone here is communicating via planar sign. Does anyone here speak planar sign?
Almost certainly not. Let me check though.
I do not. I know thieves.
Cool. That was one of the
No.
alternate languages I offered at the beginning of the campaign along with Dawu.
Yeah, no, but if they're speaking halfling, I know that.
They are not speaking at all. You walk up, and the Korid does planar sign to you, saying something.
I would like to potentially make a performance check to try and communicate via old silent film star dramatic looks to camera, like one eyebrow super arched, like pushing forward, like trying to almost mime more than anything else to communicate with them.
All right, what idea are you trying to mime?
We need to talk. Can you step aside? Or, hey, I don't speak planar sign. We need to...
All right,
have,
well,
like,
the
a
I don't speak
notebook?
planar sign comes across immediately. No performance check required. Make a performance check at disadvantage for the other one.
Yeah. Dude, where's my performance? Actually pretty good at this. 12.
You start to do some incredible emoting for the back row. And you see this Korid inside check. This Korid immediately is extremely impatient with you, and goes underneath, like over to the counter, leans over, grabs something, and pulls out basically like a clipboard. There's like a clip on this big this slate with parchment on it and a quill, and just hands it to you.
I'm gonna take that and just write out. An employee got sick here. We are attempting to investigate. Is there anything? Scratch that out. Have any customers or employees called in sick beyond the one we already know about, which is Wana? Thank you for your time, sir.
All right, takes 2 minutes to write that out.
Yeah.
And I said all of that with a
You hand it
single
back.
look.
He looks at it, and immediately his demeanor softens a little bit, and he scrolls down. Wenna, question mark? Is she okay? Only one who's been out sick, but she looked bad when she left.
So I'll write. So she was sick when she came in for work? I guess she must have been. I'm gonna scratch that whole thing out because I've just okay.
She was sick. So it is late afternoon. She came in for her shift, which would have started about a day ago, and then sometime in the early evening, a couple hours from, like yesterday, but a couple hours from now, she suddenly got very sick.
Suddenly. Okay. I'm gonna write, is it okay if we take a look around? We'll try to be as quiet as possible.
Make a persuasion check.
I am also itching to roll my disadvantage stealth check to see how quiet I can be. But yes, persuasion. Come on, baby.
Could I give the help action to just look as innocent and helpful as possible?
Sure.
I
Is it possible for Ingrid to look innocent?
I'm an actor.
Officer, it's simply awful what happens to my husband. I got a 21 anyway, so I think we're fine.
We get it.
Okay. You see that the Korid kind of gives a, yeah, sure.
Okay, we roll
he
that
goes back, but
disadvantage
keeping an
stealth
eye.
check.
Go ahead and roll that disadvantage stealth just for fun. You just have to hit an 8. Just hit an 8.
Oh, well, I do. I got a 13.
Nice.
Wow, okay.
I'm so disappointed.
Taking great care. Taking great care, you do not disturb anyone, which would have been good.
Just a
You
little
start
guy.
looking around. Would you guys like to make any kinds of checks while you're looking?
Well, I can't exactly do investigation so much.
I'd like to keep a particular eye out on the patrons to see, because so far it seems to be people who are local to this area or are here fairly frequently that have gotten sick. Like, does anyone else seem to be showing any of the early symptoms that we were told about?
Make an insight or perception check.
Oh, that's a good one. I can actually do those, but I won't, because I didn't think of it.
Or even a
do-
medicine, I would
If you do
allow.
insight, I can give you help on it, because I have
will do
proficiency.
insight. Get my other dice for the help. Okay, that's better. 17.
17, you start looking around, and yeah, you notice someone in the corner who is scribbling away in a book. Looks really... They look ill, like deep sunken eyes. You see this tiefling guy who's got like he's red skinned, so he's got like purple bags under his eyes, and you can tell is fighting back tremendously the need to cough.
I'll silently point him out to Bileyg and start walking over.
While Ingrid does that, I would like to get the parchment back and be like, would you mind showing me where your employee, when it was when she became ill? Thank you, sir, for your time.
You see, there are, the Corrid just kind of, like, motions to the room that you guys are in.
Okay, so she wasn't, like, in the back or anything. She was just here?
Yes.
Okay.
That seems to be the thing that he's saying, yes.
Okay.
Ingrid, you go up to this tiefling guy. What do you do?
Are there, like, napkins and
eyebrow.
such on the table? Like...
There is a napkin on the table. There's an unfolded napkin, there's a crumpled up napkin on the table.
I whip out my quill used for signing autographs on the street, and I'll scrawl on the napkin real quick. Excuse me, but you seem to be under the weather. I'm investigating. Can we chat? ? And then I'll slide it across the table, and I will do the big eyebrow look once again, just to, like, re-emphasize the point.
No room left on this napkin.
Vine boom.
You see, looks down, goes to
Just
sign,
about
and is
to
like,
say
this
that.
person doesn't sign. Picks up their own pen and paper and writes, "Sure? ? Probably just some bad food. Can I help you?"
Hit him with the "you might be dying."
Have you been to
Jeez, let's not panic
Tensors
then.
across the street recently?
Shakes their head no. His head no.
When did you start to feel sick?
Kind of gives a wishy-washy, like, writes down, kind of gives a shrug and then writes down an hour.
Have you been
I'm gonna look
here for
around
the last,
where he's
like,
sitting.
day? Like, have you
Yeah.
gone? Where else have you been in the last 24 hours?
He starts to go, Bileyg, why don't you roll me a perception or investigation check?
Oh, perception. That's slightly better than my 0 investigation. 16.
16. Your, or even insight. Is your insight any higher?
My insight is a +3 instead of +1, so that would be an 18.
Okay, I think insight actually would be the most appropriate.
All
You're
right.
watching, and, like, this is you, like, kind of being drawn to a clue. Gut instinct, so to speak. And as this dude, like kind of gives, like, an exasperated shrug and starts writing down all the places he's been, you go to you're looking at the table, the napkin that's passing back and forth, and you see this crumpled up napkin that's got a weird stain in it. And as you uncrumple it, you see that there is smushed inside of it a sunfly, which all of you would know. Sunflies are, like, a very common creature in all of the planes. They are considered, like, to some people they're like fireflies. They're, like, cute and people like them and, like, capture them. To other people, they're like an annoying pest like bees, where they like infest places. I'll send you guys a picture. Hold on. Anyway, you see one smushed in this napkin.
Do they like bite or sting or something?
They do have stingers, yes. They look like little lambs, little fuzzy lambs. They come in like bright pastels and like blues and yellows and reds and pinks, greens, and they kind of glow in the dark. And they also have like stingers. They live in hives like bees do.
That is bonkers.
I like them so much.
They look crunchy.
I don't know if we should trust this thing. Okay.
I'm going to say at this point, 1 hour has passed since the last hour. So you did an hour of interviews, then you traveled here, you've been doing your investigation. This is another hour.
Oh no.
The silence of the tavern is interrupted by a scream from outside. Like the curtains are drawn shut to keep out the sound of horses whinnying and clip-clopping all around, but a scream of pain cuts through even their sound-dampening curtains.
Well, Bileyg is out the door.
Yeah, Ingrid will swiftly follow. Heels
Ingrid's probably
breaking,
out before Bileyg.
Heels breaking the silence with a click, clack, click, clack, click, clack.
You see a bunch of people look up pissed. Like, first they look out the window, then they look at you pissed. You guys burst out into Farrier's Court, and you see, like, people are trying to calm down horses from the scream. There is, across the way, like, you can see people are looking, so it's easy to find where the commotion is coming from. Across the way, you see that there is there's a crowd gathering around, and as you kind of push in to see what's going on, there is a human man on the ground, and he's clearly like a farrier. He's wearing like a leather apron. He's got a belt full of tools and stuff like that. There's a hippogriff that is tied up nearby that he was clearly working on the hind hooves on, and he is dead, completely like just eyes looking up at the sky blank, and you watch as his chest goes boom, boom.
Oh no.
Boom. Blood splatters everywhere, and you watch as this tadpole with a big lamb face, little buzzing wings, and a big stinger crawls out of the chest cavity, looks around, and begins to fly away. Is there anything you would like to do?
How far away from us is it before it starts flying away?
Within 10 feet.
Evrard and I see this, right?
Can I...
You guys hear the scream and come running around.
Can I attempt to throw a dagger at it and like stop it, pin it to something?
Yes, this is one small creature. I suspect that if the dice go even in a little bit in your favor, you guys are gonna have this. But because this is technically combat, why don't we take a break and we will pick up trying to catch the newly emerged tadpole.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys back here in a minute.
Rolling with difficulty.
There is silence in a desert where nothing moves and nothing goes.
Well, seem to find ourselves in yet another fine and opportune place. Dead as it may be.
A single tumbleweed rolls past.
Well, that kills you. It'll be exactly what you deserve.
A single tumbleweed rolls past.
I've kind of given up on trusting my gut, but this feels different.
A single tumbleweed rolls past.
Don't mean to be presumptuous, but I think this is gonna go great.
There is hope out there.
I don't know, I feel like I'm just hoping about everything these days, but...
Hope is a commodity that's not easy to come by.
To be touched by spirits like that, it's not always a gift.
When I say unholy, I mean the most unnatural sort of being that you've encountered.
The opportunity awaits, as long as it's not the way we came from.
As long as it's not the way we came from.
I don't know who you think you're looking at, but I promise you it's not never the hell you think it is.
I want to know how to make it all stop.
Time's running out. old friend. Best be getting the move on.
And a lone tumbleweed blows across your path. Shades of the West on queeRPG, anywhere you can find podcasts.
Rolling with difficulty.
And welcome back. When last we left our heroes, I'd like everyone to please roll initiative.
Okay. Boy.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely.
This is one singular small foe, so we're not going to bring up a battle map, but it is possible for something interesting to happen here. So we're going to go by the book initiative order. Could I get anyone over a 20? 20 or over? All right, 15 to 20.
19.
Oh, dang.
19 from Bileyg.
This never happens.
15 from Evrard.
15 from Evrard. Okay. And then our Oob.
6.
6. And Ingrid.
14.
All right, 14 for Ingrid. 6 all the way for Oob. Oobsy baby. And now let's roll for this creature. Now, it is not very tough. It does not have a high initiative, but let's go ahead and roll just to see. Perhaps it'll get beaten. It will not. It's going to go after almost all of you, with the exception of Oobtaglor. So, Bileyg, how would you see this thing begin to fly out of the guy's stomach? You're well within range. What would you like to do?
I'm within range? This never happens.
It's only 10 feet away.
I have 0 ranged attacks, even a little bit. So...
It's only 10 feet away.
Yeah. I'm gonna charge and attempt to grab it.
Okay.
Not with your hands.
Go ahead and make
Yes, with my hands. Or if I can like slam it to the ground under my shield, that might be safer, but...
It's, regardless, the grapple is an athletics check, so make an athletics check.
Okay.
This guy will make an acrobatics check.
It's a 10.
It's a 15 from this guy, believe it or not.
Oh, beans. So it slips
As
out.
you go to grab at it, it squeezes out, amphibian eyes bulge, and it squeezes out from under your shield and begins to flap up again. That's your action. Any quick bonus actions?
Do I have any useful bonus actions?
You do not need to. I would say don't feel too bad about min-maxing this combat. This is more to see if there's a chance any of you get stung before you can. You guys will kill it.
Okay.
It is not tough. The question is are you guys going to be able to kill it before it stings someone?
No, I don't have a useful bonus action.
All right, we're going to move right along then to Evrard at 15.
Everyone's gonna watch this thing burst out of this poor citizen of the cage. He says, mon dieu. He's gonna pull out his short bow. Bonus action, I will hunter's mark it. Then I low-key want to know where it goes, but I don't think it was just hatched. You know, like it's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'll knock an arrow. I don't think that will hit though. It's only a. I'm not great. I don't have a huge hit with. That's only a 11.
11 will miss.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Ingrid, it comes to you, and you're the only turn before its turn. So it's up to you right here. Now I will say that Bileyg is within 5 feet, so there is going to be sneak attack going on here because Bileyg attempted to grapple it, so Bileyg had to move into melee. It hasn't had a turn to fly away yet, so.
Yeah, I'm close.
I would like to, with my new rapier curtain call, take basically just a big lunge forward and try and pin it through the wings if I can to any nearby walls, or just get it stuck on this rapier. I'm gonna attack and do the sneak attack damage.
Yeah. Roll the attack.
Okay, there's a 17 hit.
Oh, thank God.
A 17 most certainly hits.
And this is going to have sneak attack on it, and it's a new D8. We're upgrading.
Let's go.
D8 on the rapier, D6s for your sneak attack. Go for
I
it.
rolled amazing on the sneak attack and awful on the D8. I got a 1 on the D8 and a 6 on the sneak attack, plus 3. So that is 10 points of piercing damage.
This thing has 10 hit points. Finish it.
Nice.
I think I quite literally just like pin it to anything. Like if there's like a cart or anything behind it, it's just like straight through with the rapier through the wings.
For shits and gigs, let's see who it would have gone after. 1, 2, 3. It was going to go after you, Ingrid, and just for the fun of it, let's see what it would have rolled with its sting. On a natural 1, it completely bypasses you on your turn. Just for fun to see what it would have gotten. You skewer it, killing it. It screams out and then goes limp. And a couple people stare at it, and then a bunch of people just go right back on their way.
Not for nothing, but I suspect, and I'll like hold up my rapier with the bug on the end of it, that this may be the source of our mystery illness, or at the very least a side effect of it.
An insect-borne disease. That's not good.
No, especially when it's an insect that is not typically turning into red slod, or, to my knowledge, reproducing in such a violent fashion.
I don't know if it is an insect-borne disease, for I certainly did not run into any insects, and, well...
Are you sure?
I gesture to the egg gestating inside of me.
How much would you have noticed if you got stung by one of these little guys? And I will hold up the little napkin with the squished normal one of these bugs in it.
I mean,
maybe
I
a
thought I would
failed
have felt it
perception
at
check.
least.
Do you notice every time you're stung by a mosquito or bitten by a mosquito?
I mean, when I'm asleep, no.
Well,
I find it hard to believe that you'd ever been bit by a mosquito and you didn't notice.
I think it's clear that what we're dealing with may
probably
less
right.
be one particularly aggravated individual and more of some sort of insectoid-borne illness. Not to say that someone's not tampering with the bugs, but certainly it's outside, no one's casting a spell directly on a person. I would suggest we maybe bring this bug to the hospital to see if this can help them sort of reverse engineer a cure, but I don't know what kind of time frame we have.
If that'll
less
help,
than
that's a good idea. But can I do just real quick a divine sense? Know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. Just I want to see if this thing procs or if anything else just around.
Yes, go ahead and make your divine sense.
Yep, it's just I don't need to roll for it or anything. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the hell spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay, so first off, this has been pointed out, and I believe we might have mentioned in the very first the episode that was behind the paywall. But Evrard pings as undead. This is a thing that you know and expect.
Yeah, that's
Evrard
not...
does ping as undead. But as you get it, you do get a couple pings of celestial. First off, from this little creature that's dead in front of you. The sunflies are celestials.
Oh, okay.
The little celestial insects. And you get a couple pings up in the air, and you look about and you see there's like 2 or 3 little sunflies buzzing overhead.
Oh, we can't have this now, can we?
I think it would be good if we could catch one of those. Because whatever this thing was that hatched from this unfortunate gentleman, I think it's a different kind of thing than the thing that laid the egg in the first place. Because, like, the sunflies are tiny, right?
Yeah, they're little.
And this thing that erupted out of this guy was significantly larger than the bug that laid it. Yeah.
They're still considered tiny, but we're talking about the difference between an insect and, like, a frog.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
If we can catch one of those and bring it with us to the hospital, I think that would be a good idea. Although I feel like these things didn't just randomly mutate to be giving people red slod chest bugs.
Oh,
Something's
certainly.
happening. Somebody did this on purpose.
I'm with you there. I just mean, you know.
Yeah,
Something's
I have
fishy.
absolutely nothing that will let me catch one of these things out of the air. If one of you talented ranged people could do that.
How high up? They're pretty high up, right?
They're mostly pretty high up. Do you want to try and like follow them, Evrard?
I have a feeling I know where they're coming from. At least the mutated or whatever ones with the disease are. Everyone's gonna turn and Monsieur Oob and I checked out tensors, and while nothing particularly out of the ordinary, I did manage to sneak around back, and there might be something brewing in his upper apartment. But I did not get a chance to completely check it out. I was feeling a little sick, and when I joined back with Monsieur Oob, it seems that he had fallen ill. So that may very much be the source of all of this.
I think that sounds very likely. Am I mistaken, or did our Tensor have a job pending with the crew in Limbo? It is this lord's homeworld. Perhaps something hitched a ride when one of them dropped off the job application or something.
Agni had a job pending in Limbo. I don't remember the details of it. Do I remember the details of it? Well, Noir doesn't. So.
I believe what you got was it was an expedition to Limbo. Extermination.
Extermination. Like, I've got an infestation of flies in my house and I'd like them dealt with.
Well,
Unclear.
do these things, like, do they live in hives or something like that? Or are they like, okay.
Yeah.
There's
I can probably keep...
There's definitely a hive of these guys
Yeah.
in Tensor's
Like,
house.
I can keep doing, well, I only have 4 per day, but I can keep trying Divine Sense just to be like, is there like a giant hive of tiny celestials within 60 feet of me? But...
I can track down a possible hive. Should not be that difficult.
Alright, then I think that would probably be a smart next move.
Yeah.
Evrard, you already have a place that you're going to check out, so go ahead and roll your survival at advantage here.
Okay. Here we go.
Honestly, I think your passive plus Bileyg's ability to use Divine Sense, I think that you guys basically have this, and
Yep.
really no check necessary. Actually, you follow the path best you can. Like, none of them are heading in straight lines or anything. They're all bumbling about. The nearest correlation is like bumblebees, right? So they're all just kind of like flittering about, but picking up on very subtle directional changes that they're making, and knowing the direction you already want to go in, you are led back to Tensor's employment agency. And what did you get on your survival if you rolled?
If I rolled a 13 plus 6, 19.
You notice up top there's the first floor, there's the second floor where presumably his apartment is, and there's like a third floor that looks kind of like boarded up, and you notice that some are flying in and out through a window there.
Evrard, as they're approaching, will point up to say, that looks like that might be the place. Somebody give me upsies.
As the only tall person here, I suppose I will throw my hands down like a gymnast and...
Yeah, I mean, with your jump and your ability to just climb over the course of a round, you rabbit leap with Ingrid's help up, grab onto an upper windowsill, and begin to kind of climb up. You want to peer inside?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
See.
Okay, I have a feeling. Okay, yeah, there's not much I can do. Okay, that's fine.
While we're doing that, if it is okay, I would like to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Ingrid.
Me?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
I can protect you against certain types of creatures, including celestials. So
There we go.
if they try to
Actually-
attack you, they will be rolling at disadvantage.
Well, thank you, Bileyg.
I would like
yes.
to do the same to Evrard.
Well,
Okay.
Evrard made the save, so he can't.
Oh, well,
to be fair, you guys
I mean,
don't know
Oobtaglor
that.
wouldn't know
Well,
that.
that's
Also,
true, yes.
they could still attack. They could still attack Evrard.
That's true.
So, if you would like to do that, you are absolutely fine to do that. Evrard hops up, and sorry, Evrard, what did you want to do?
You asked me to roll perception. I rolled a dirty 20.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you look in, you see that this is definitely an abandoned space. You see dust motes floating through the air, cobwebs all over. You see what looks like a bunch of broken wooden pieces. There's a big pile of refuse. There's some crates and things around. There's some scaffolding to get up to the roof portion. Like there's raised platforms. You see the inside is buzzing with sunflies, and they emit a little bit of light, so it's very easy to see them in the dark here. You also notice that there is one huge sunfly. Rather, I should say, there's one huge sunfly that is like buzzing about, and way up on the highest platform, you notice a shape that definitely looks like an insect. You can see the many legs, but it's about 10 feet long, bulbous, and just kind of lying on its side up on top there.
Absolutely disgusting.
Everything about this is terrible.
I will look back down at the ground. I'll pull out a rope. I believe I should have a rope. Most adventure stuff has rope. Yes, 50 feet of heaven rope. Tie a quick knot, and drop it down onto the ground.
Okay. So, all of you guys are going to climb up and in.
Yeah.
Yeah?
If we have to.
Oobtaglor will ascend the way a snake climbs a tree. Just kind of like coils itself around and
Wrapping your body around and slinking up.
Yeah.
All right.
Their
So,
talents know no bounds.
the window is boarded, but it's pretty old and wet and poorly maintained, so you guys are going to be able to bust through pretty quickly.
Should
But
we
what
alert the
is
guy whose house this is?
No.
Okay.
I mean, right now you are climbing up a rope in broad daylight outside of this dude's house.
You know what? Because of who I am as a person, I am going to pop my head in and be like, sorry
Okay.
to disturb you, sir. Don't worry about it. We have reason to believe there might be a certain very dangerous insect infestation on the 3rd floor of your domicile. We'll just take care of that. If you get stung by an insect, go directly to, what's the name of that hospital thing that we were dealing with?
Gatehouse.
The gatehouse.
The gatehouse. This is not a drill. This could be very bad. In case you heard that screaming outside, that's what that was. All right. Have a great day, sir. And I'll just go and shimmy up.
I'm sorry, what?
All the information he needed was in that statement, so.
Any questions can be directed to Open and Shut Investigations, Single Detectives, Heroes for Hire, and I'll slide a business card.
I got a card right here.
Did it not
Alright, so
cross
what's
your
your
mind
current
that?
plan?
Did it not cross your mind
Oobtaglor?
that Tensor might be in on this? I mean,
No.
who can?
Did not occur to me.
Surely.
All right. So you shout that out, and then is everyone's plan just to climb up this rope and bust into the big room?
I'm already up there.
It sounds like
I
that's what
guess
we're
so.
doing.
Yeah.
Plan.
Oobtaglor's already climbing.
All right, fantastic.
But it's okay. Bileyg is going to be
Uh,
very slow, so.
All right, is your intention to just roll initiative and bust in through this window here?
I don't know, guys. The DM's giving us a lot of opportunities to change our minds.
I just need to know where I'm placing you on the battle map. Like,
Yes. My intention is to. I can see the big ugly bug, right?
yeah.
Okay, cool. I still have concentration on Hunter's Mark, so before I bust in, I'd like to move it to the big ugly bug, and then I will
Okay.
bust through the door.
Okay. You bust in, and yeah, I think I'm gonna need you guys climb up the rope one at a time. Thank God Evrard is a ranger and knows how to tie a rope, because you've got 4 bodies on this rope right now. You see Tensor comes out and starts shouting up at you, like, what are you doing? Like, get down off the side of my building.
Refer to my
Things like that.
Sir.
Sir, we're professionals.
And professional thieves?
Is the eviscerated corpse not
Everard's
still
gonna
lying
shrug
in
a little
square
bit?
in front
I
of
mean,
this building?
that's way you have to turn a corner and walk around to get to this spot.
We prefer exterminators.
No, we prefer detectives.
All right,
It's
we
on our
prefer
business
exterminators.
cards.
Let me get everyone to please roll me initiative. I'm gonna go ahead and place you guys outside the window here on the map. I'll show you guys the map in a second.
Goodness.
When it's your initiative, you can enter into the room through the window using, let's go ahead and say 15 feet of your movement.
Oh.
For Oobtaglor, that's all of it, but...
Killing me, Smalls.
Yeah. So, sorry, can you repeat what my detriments are?
Yeah, certainly. I would love nothing more than to repeat your detriments to you. Your
Thanks.
speed is halved. You have disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws.
I can't roll lower than a 1, so...
Okay.
There we go. That's my initiative.
Fantastique. So, let's get some initiative going here. Our paladin, we're coming in with a 15. Oobtaglor's coming in with a 3.
Yes.
Evrard with a 13. Sophia with a 13 as well. Who has the higher dexterity between our ranger and our thief, our rogue?
I got a 16 dex.
I also have a 16 dex.
Rollies.
Rollies.
I get proficiency
Rollies.
initiative though as a Herringon.
I
say
will
that.
give the edge as I will
Yes.
give the edge then too.
He's also been leading the charge. I feel it's only right.
To our Herringon. It's a 12 for the swarms. It's a 13 for the sentry, for the guard. And I'm going to have to do rollies. So, Sophia, what did you roll in your roll-off? Did you?
No, we just deferred to Evrard, but I can do it.
Well, I'm going to need you to roll these with this dexterity 16 rolled a 13 initiative Sunfly
Sure.
guard. So go ahead and roll off. I'm going to give Evrard the edge still. He'll go before, but what'd you get on your rollies?
16 plus 3 for a 19 if it's dex.
Just the dice.
Oh,
That's the
then just
rollies is just a
16.
roll off. 16. That does still beat the 5 that I just rolled. So
Great.
let's go ahead and put this in descending order. I think that we are good here. So to give you a lay of the land, everyone can see you're all hanging on a rope outside. It'll take you 15 feet of movement to get inside of the building. You can see the window that's right there, exiting into a space that's adjacent to it. The infected Sunfly Queen, you'll notice is sitting at initiative 20. That's because if you remember from our last encounter from campaign 1, well, the big bad, that there is a lair effect. You'll notice that the infected Sunfly Queen is sitting at an initiative 20. That's because she has a lair effect. She makes the lair actions happen. She also has AC and hit points, so she is an interactable object in the room, but she does not take normal actions, bonus actions. She instead has this. She is the source of the lair actions. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
All right. So, as you all begin to climb up and ready yourself, the sunflies, the infected sunflies that are buzzing around, alert the intruders. There is no stealth, there's no surprise here, no surprise condition. All of the swarms come to life within. The Sunfly Guard begins to buzz, and the infected Sunfly Queen is going to make her first lair action on initiative 20. I need everyone to please make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, good.
Oh, great.
Is this an effect that charms, frightens, or possesses?
This is a frightens condition.
Oh.
Okay, Evrard and Ingrid are immune.
Hell
yeah.
Okay. So
Very
do
cool.
not have to worry.
Very cool.
Bileyg and Oobtaglor, please make your wisdom saving throws.
I rolled a 22.
18.
You save. What'd you say?
18 with disadvantage.
18 with disadvantage also saves.
Oh, you know what?
No
Actually,
one
I
is...
roll this at advantage because I have the brave trait. I've never once gotten to use this, so I'm going to take advantage of it. Well, the other one I was a natural one, so my 22 still sticks, but...
All right, that 22 saves you. All right, so no one is frightened from the lair action, and that brings us right to Bileyg. Bileyg,
Okay. So
it is your
first of
turn.
all, 15 of my movement to get inside, leaving me with 10.
Yes.
So I'm just going to move up here and take a swing at this infected sunfly swarm.
Swing away.
Yes. Okay. Yep. All right. That's just longsword. All right. Ugh. That is only a 10, so that probably misses.
10 does miss.
Great. Amazing.
You swing through, and immediately the cloud of flies parts, and you just swing right through.
I may not be super
Taking
well
no
equipped for
purchase.
this one, guys. Okay, well, I'm going to stay where I am because I can't move much further anyway, and that way I'll be able to use protection if anybody ends their turn near me. Yep.
Sweet.
That's everything.
All right, which brings us to Evrard.
Yeah, Evrard will use 15 feet of movement to get into the room. I will. Yeah.
So you notice that
take
these
them.
platforms are higher up, these wooden scaffoldings.
Mhm.
There's a ladder over on this one. This one is 20 feet in the
okay.
air, and the other one, the bigger one, is 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
I see.
He'll do what he does best. He's gonna run ahead. Bonus action. I will cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay, you'll lose
and-
concentration on Hunter's Mark, I believe.
Ooh, yes, you're right. Okay, never mind then. In that case, we will just hit the guys in front of us. We'll just do that.
Okay.
Okay, that's gonna hit. 13 plus 6, 19 to hit.
Yes, definitely hits.
Okay, this is a D8 and a D4 from Dreadful Strikes. Total of 10 points of piercing and psychic damage.
Okay, no resistance there. 10 points goes through.
Okay, and that is all. Actually, he's got another 5 feet. He'll move up.
All right,
that'll
and that
be my
brings
turn.
us to Ingrid.
I am going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and how many feet of movement is it to get up this ladder?
It's normal walking speed because it's a ladder, so it's 20 feet to get all the way up there.
Cool.
So you did 15 to enter, and then 30, so you're at 30 feet right now.
I'm going to bonus action dash, so get me up that ladder, and then right onto this platform here. So that would be 25, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got 5 more feet.
Go with 5 more feet. And I'm going to take the dodge action and just sort of ready myself to continue gunning it directly for the Sunfly Queen.
I love that. Okay. Speaking of the dodge action, let's put it into play. The guard, which is this huge, it's bigger than all the others, close to the queen, but its body is not swollen. As you get up on this platform, you can now see the queen very well, Ingrid. Its body is swollen. It is just producing eggs, and its eyes are like big and bugged out. They've got that kind of like speckled amphibian look to them. This thing is clearly the source of the mutation, and its guard is way more Yellow Jacket looking than anything else. It's still got kind of that froggy, kind of like slimy look. It's still got a bit of that sunfly, but it's a lot sharper, angular. Its wings actually hold its body aloft, where the queen, you're like, I don't know if those wings could like get that body off the ground.
Last
So
week it
this
was
thing, though, is going to-
sewers. This week it's these disgusting bugs. I mean, honestly, I just want my dry cleaning bill to like chill out for at least a month. Ugh.
That's why
we are going
chainmail is the
to.
best way to do it. You can just kind of hose it down.
But the rust!
We're gonna
She
attack
hasn't
you.
thought of the rust! Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Here we go.
It should have
All right, 2
dis-
attacks, both of them at disadvantage.
Yeah, because this is a celestial, right?
Oh yes, that's true.
Mhm.
Also, the dodge action is
Yeah.
doing it, but yes, celestial as well. Okay, at disadvantage, that's going to be a 13 to hit you.
That'll miss.
All right, second attack at disadvantage. Let's use my other dice. That's a 15 to hit you.
That would hit, but I'm going to use my reaction to Silvery Barbs and do my best imitation of playing that Spider Stomp game at arcades and make them roll again.
Okay, here we go. One more roll. That is using the new roll. That is a 16 to hit.
Yeah, no, that's still gonna. The 15 would have hit, so.
Okay, here we go. So
Who
that
you giving advantage
is.
to?
I will give myself advantage, just in case I can get a sneak attack off.
Is it another? Is it a creature of your choice or another creature?
It's a creature of your choice. I thought, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Because
okay.
this was a thing that I had to litigate the first time we used it in this campaign. Because I thought, is this a way to Is this power gaming? Is this what Wally does?
Yes, this is power gaming.
All right.
It's
You are going to take... You take 12 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Oh.
Yeesh.
Oh, it's okay. Hold on. We're not done.
Oh, okay.
Could we be?
And 9 points of necrotic damage.
Oh,
I have 4 hit points left.
no.
And
Don't tell him that.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yep. Okay.
Doesn't give advantage against disease.
You have advantage on this because of your silvery barbs.
Yes.
Awesome. That's a 16.
16 will save, and you are thus immune to the disease.
Great. I've
For
never
24
felt
hours. I mean,
better.
if you guys don't solve this, you could get sick tomorrow, but... Alright, that is the whole turn for the guard, though. It is now time for the swarms to go.
Okay.
These guys got kind of crazy movement, so they're all going to move in. And they have teamwork, so they're going to work in flankings. Let's roll and see if they're going to attack Evrard or Bileyg. Bileyg. So we've got
Lucky me.
2 attacks at advantage coming. I love clicking on the wrong tab over and over again. That's my favorite thing to do. We've got 2 attacks at advantage coming at you, Bileyg. Right, you have no disadvantage.
Nope, the protection from evil and good is only on Ingrid, not me.
Yes. Okay. So first strike at advantage is a 21 to hit. I actually rolled really well on that.
21 will actually hit.
All right, so that is 5 plus... That is 10 piercing damage.
Oof.
And I need you to roll me a d6.
A d6. Okay. It's a 4.
A 4. I need you to make your... Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a Constitution saving throw. If the target is concentrating on a spell, it loses concentration.
Oh no.
Beans.
Your concentration ends. And Bileyg, are you immune to disease?
Yes, I was hoping this would come up.
So
I have divine
if you
health,
would
I'm
like,
immune
you
to
could
disease.
the sting. So the claw attacks from the some of these creatures do not inflict the disease, but the stingers can inflict it. So as this creature stings you, you feel the egg enter into you and immediately just burn up with radiant light. All right,
they
and
don't
then
tell
the
you
second
this perk
attack
when you
at
start picking
advantage.
paladin levels. Yep,
Second advantage. Ooh, that's another really good one. It's a 22 to hit.
that will still. That I mean, yeah, of course that'll hit. It's more than the last one.
Okay. 6. That's 10 points of piercing damage.
Ooh, okay. I
Go
can't
ahead,
take
roll me a
another one like
d6.
that. D6, sure. It's a 2.
You shed bright light in a 5-foot radius. You cannot benefit from the invisible condition until the end of your next turn.
Oh, dang, that was my next trick, too.
I know, right? Okay, so good news is everyone but Oobtaglor is good on the disease.
Okay.
I'm just fucked,
We've
aren't I?
everyone's made their saves or been sick or been immune to
Or is
disease.
Oobtaglor.
And then the attack on Evrard at advantage. The higher one's a 4, so that's going to miss.
Okay. Thank you. Oh my
And
God.
that will bring us to Oobtaglor.
Okay, I'm gonna use all my movement to get in there.
Yeah, you will. You guys watch this
and-
Oobtaglor just plop slimes onto the ground.
I'm coming.
Like an egg
Hold
that
on.
you've cracked just like running off the counter.
Ew.
Gross. I love this game.
60 feet. Okay, cool. Oh, no, sorry. That was not the right one. For my bonus action... For my bonus action, I would like to cast Healing Word at Ingrid, so I'll do it at 2nd level.
Thank you.
2d4 plus 4. 11.
Thank you.
Nice. Solid.
Yeah. And
That's really good.
do you have to be proficient in shields in order to wield one?
If you're not and you're holding a shield, you cannot cast spells.
Shit. Okay, never mind then.
I believe is the ruling on that.
Okay. Action then. I guess I'll just... Are these beasts?
They are not. They are
Okay.
celestials and aberrations.
Okay. Oh, yes, you had said as much. Okay, then I'm just gonna... I'm gonna start dealing damage to the Sunflight Queen, or at least I'll try to, and I'll just cast Vicious Mockery at it.
Okay. What? That's a Wisdom saving throw?
Yes. I think I'm actually just out of reach from them. Shoot. In that case, I'll do the Infected Sunflight Guard.
Okay. The Infected Sunflight Guard, I will roll for. So that's a Wisdom saving throw. It's like a shockingly good Wisdom.
Gulp.
It's a natural 2, though.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, it only takes 1 point of psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Cool.
Okay.
And that's me.
Okay, that brings us to the lair action. It is going to... Yeah, it's going to fly away. It deals damage to each thing it passes, but I don't think it wants to pass anyone. It's just going to fly away from the chaos, down 30 feet onto the ground,
Damn it.
and plop its body.
Stop moving.
All right, Bileyg, that brings us to you.
Oh, okay. Swarms can't be flanked, can they?
This creature is not immune to flanking.
Oh, then I would like to take a swing at this one that I'm technically flanking with Evrard.
You have to be across from Evrard in order to flank. You'd have to move one space north. Here's the good news. You'd take an attack of opportunity, but it would be straight because you'd be moving out of flanking.
Yeah, but I only have 8 hit points left, so...
Yeah, you can't really take a hit here.
You can lay on hands yourself, right? Or am I...
I can, but it's a whole action, and then I'm not dealing damage in the interim. Alright, No, then I'll just take a swing at this guy bottom left, so hopefully it breaks flanking on me at least. Fingers crossed. Alright, rolling it straight. Oh, that's much better. 23.
That will definitely hit. All right,
I
this
would
thing is
hope
still
so.
at max HP.
I know.
Pump everything into it.
I'll let you guys in. I'll let you guys know about a little mechanic of the game, which is that swarms, when they are reduced to half hit points, they deal significantly less damage.
Okay.
Well, I just did 10 damage.
Okay. That is the same amount of damage you dealt to the other one. It's not quite half.
I didn't deal any damage. I missed last turn.
Oh, right.
Someone
No,
dealt
I
damage.
did.
Evrard did.
Yeah. Okay.
I could, Divine Smite, but that feels like such a waste to use on a swarm.
Yeah, no, we'll get through these guys.
Is it a waste if it's going to kill you?
Okay, that's a good point. Maybe I will use one of my 2 remaining spell slots. So let me just roll 2d8 extra radiant damage. Oh, no, this isn't. Damn it. I don't have anything that's good against Celestials for some strange reason. That's 10 more hit points.
Okay, this thing is almost dead. The good news is that it is way below half at this point. Nope, minus 10. And thus it is going to be dealing less than half the damage it was.
Good. Okay.
You watch as just a flash of light burns a bunch of these things. They just
okay.
pop like
Let's
little
see.
popcorns. These little aberration freaks.
Oh, and I can cast this one as a bonus action, so I'm going to cast... Oh, that's my last spell slot. Oh! I hate being level 4.
Welcome to the painful world of being a half-caster.
It's so fun.
Yeah,
Don't worry, next level you get to
Shield
attack
of Faith
twice.
on myself.
Okay.
Oh, I get to attack twice? That's nice. Okay, I'm completely out of spell slots, but
Okay.
I now have an AC of 20, so...
Okay, AC 20. Very good, Bileyg. You shine with divine light, protecting
I also
yourself.
shine because they stung me and made me glow, but...
That too. Your turn ends and that glow goes away. Your sword is also glowing.
Mm-hmm.
You're filling the room with a lot of light here.
Yeah, I'm
Evrard,
outshining
you're
the
up.
spotlight.
All right. In a weird spot.
You move up 5 feet.
Yeah,
Flank
exactly.
this guy.
No attacks of opportunity here, right?
Correct.
And we're gonna hit. We're just gonna hit.
Just go to town on this guy.
Smack, smack.
At
Just
advantage.
multiple guys. These guys.
Not a crit, but that'll hit with a 22.
That'll do.
D8 and a D4. Okay. Almost max there. For a total of 15 points of piercing and psychic damage.
Your Feywild Trickster damage kills the swarm. There were only 12 hit points left.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Neither of us are flanked anymore. This is great.
And then I will use my last. I'll take the attack of opportunity. I'll take it. I'm gonna
I'll roll
beeline
straight
for the
against
queen.
you.
Yes, Evrard. Get her ass.
Just a 12 to hit.
12 will not hit.
Whew.
Okay.
Okay.
And that will be
all right. Does that end your turn, Evrard?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to go. That garbage pile is difficult terrain, but you're able to go across that easily. You'll also notice all that broken wood and rope is also difficult terrain.
Okay. I will jump over it when I get the chance.
I assumed that, yes. As I watched you, I was like, oh, but it's Evrard. He's not going to have a problem. All right.
Yeah.
Ingrid, it's your turn. You are face-to-face with this Sunfly Guard.
Seeing that Evrard is gunning for the queen, Ingrid's like, very well. And I'll turn to the bug. I suppose it's just you and me then, and I'll use a bonus action, Insightful Fighting, if there could be a deception check from the target. In this case, the
I would love
inflected
to make a
guard.
deception check.
Against my
Deception, not one of its strong suits.
Really?
Not the most charismatic boy.
So that's a 2 plus nothing.
That's a 14, so I have the ability to get sneak attack on it, even if I don't have the traditional advantage. And then I'm going to hit it with my rapier.
Hit it.
Alright, curtain call, let's do this. Okay, it's gonna hit. That is a 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Alright, d8 plus the d6 from sneak attack plus 3. Much better than before. 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay, 15 points of piercing damage. It takes a sizable chunk out of this thing as you watch it start to drip. What should be like whimsical, like, you know when you smush a firefly and you get the like yellow fluorescent stuff?
I've never in my
I
life
haven't,
smushed a
not many
firefly.
times in my life, but I was a child who tried to grab fireflies and squish them. You know,
Catch 'em, sure. Squish
you know,
'em?
I wasn't trying to kill them, but if you squish them, they leak out the phosphorescent. Some of that begins to leak out, but it's this like Ghostbusters ectoplasm goo like slopping out onto
Disgusting.
the ground.
We've had
Absolutely.
it too
Yeah,
good
it
this
is.
season. Solving nice,
All
clean
right,
little crimes.
And I will sort of take a like stage combat fencer's stance, waiting for the retaliation I'm sure is coming, and then I'll end my turn.
Just so ready to be called out for Zorro play.
All right. Good news is that the first attack is going to be at disadvantage, I believe, because of
Vicious Mockery.
Because of Vicious
Thank
Mockery.
you,
So here
thank
we go. Okay, so it doesn't crit, but it is a 17 to hit you.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
Okay, this is the
I'll silvery barbs that.
Yes.
Thank
Okay,
you,
here we go.
buddy.
Then I'll give advantage to Ingrid again.
Ta.
Okay. That is an 13 to hit you.
That will not hit.
Oh,
Nice.
There we go. Okay.
So that is the claw. Now the proboscis, which is what did the damage to you before.
Oh shit. Okay, well.
This is a straight roll. That is, I believe, another 13. What did I say last time?
Will not hit.
I think did I say 13 or 14 last time? It doesn't
13.
matter. It
was
should have been
13
13
last time.
My AC is 14,
Okay, so yeah,
so
it's
if
the
it's a
same roll.
14, it's actually very important because it would hit.
Holy shit! No, yeah, natural 8 plus 5 is 13.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Holy shit.
Your
Okay. Yeah, I
posture
can't believe
is
if I rolled a
terrible.
9 on either of those, I would have hit you both times. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep doing this to me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sunfly
that happens.
Sunfly swarms are going to attack. They are not that smart, so they're just going to attack. This one is going to attack Bileyg. It's at less than half hit points, so it's going to be the same to hit, but fewer damage. It's a natural 3, so that's not even going to worry about that. And then the other one is coming to Oobsy. That's cocked. Come on. Okay, that is... I believe that's a 17 to hit you. Let me double check.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, 17 to hit Oobs.
Oh.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. Good news is you can't get sick again.
That's true.
I'm immune in my own way.
10 pierce. I rolled the same on all of them. I guess that's what happens when you roll 3 dice, is that the average goes way up. So I've rolled 10 piercing on every single one.
Are we fighting a mechanist or something? What's going on?
10 points of piercing damage to you, Oob, and I need you to roll me that d6.
Oh, yes.
Oh, these guys have another ability? That sucks. Fuck that ability. Anyway, go on.
One.
You shed bright light in 5-foot radius. You cannot benefit from being invisible.
Okay.
Cool. Wasn't planning
So,
on going there
behind the
anyway.
scenes on this is usually when you fight these creatures in another plane of existence, the plane of existence seeps into them, and they give off an effect based on that plane of existence. So if you're on an upper plane, they make you glow, and it means that you can't benefit from being invisible. Because they're infected with chaos phages, that ability is basically triggering randomly, so you guys keep rolling to see which kind of planar effect you're going to get, and so you've rolled upper and neutral. No one's rolled lower yet, sadly. Ooh. Anyway,
Oobtaglor, I know
after
you're not
getting
feeling
stung,
great today, but I gotta say you're looking positively radiant.
Nice.
You think this is funny?
I've learned how to cope from you and Ingrid.
I can't deny that.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
it's you.
Keep it up.
Okay. Well, I don't want to let a protection from evil and good, so I can't do any concentration spells. I guess.
Oh, did you need to make a save for that?
Oh, I did.
Not
Yes.
to-
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
teacher, we have
concentration. But you didn't roll the neutral plane, so it didn't end the effect. Just go ahead and roll a normal concentration check.
Yes.
DC 10.
That's fine. 15.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Turn as normal.
All right. I will attack with my rapier. The swarm that went to attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Okay. 19.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. And 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And
I'm kind of shocked. Usually these creatures resist mundane weapon damage because they're a swarm. So they'll usually resist like piercing or slashing or something, but nope, not the case.
Maybe they were so annoying that they decided not to make them also do that.
And
Noir?
I'll go ahead and I'll inspire Evrard since he's going after the big one. And I'll go ahead and I'll sing, me old Evrard, you better never bother with me old Evrard, you'll be hoisted by your own petards, you better never bother with me old Evrard.
Noir,
Very good.
the last time I promised myself that I wouldn't just keep giving you inspirations, because I knew you were going to do it all the time, and it's still a huge amount of effort, but I can't just give them all the time. But for referencing the old bamboo from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang,
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
I am contractually obligated to give you an inspiration for that. It is so niche.
I was more impressed at integrating the phrase "hoist by their own petard" into a
That was
musical
pretty
number.
good too. All right.
For reference, I watched Chitty Chitty Bang, like the first 30 minutes of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang when I went to New Year's at Austin's.
Yes, we did watch it together. Here's the thing about Noir, we watched way more than that. We watched like an hour of it, And the main plot doesn't even start for the whole story of them we can't even get into it. Anyway, it's the lair action. Infected Sunfly Queen. Let's see what she does, folks. All right, lair action 3. She is going to expel and prematurely hatch a bunch of spawn early.
No.
So you watch as she just blorps out a bunch of eggs. They all hatch, and all of these prematurely born, not yet fully formed sunflies go flying about. Everyone is going to take 5 points of piercing damage as they flood the room and sting you. And then they all drop dead.
They didn't need to, roll for that?
Nope, it's a lair action. They just deal passive damage to everyone.
Jesus, okay.
What's everyone's hit point total at?
10.
3.
I'm still good. I'm at 16. I gotta roll concentration, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
I also
I need to
do
do
that.
that too. Oh, I'm fine.
Oh,
17.
okay. Wait, hold on. No, my con is only +0. Okay, I'm completely out of spell slots, and I don't even have my protection anymore.
Oh. And Ingrid doesn't have protection either, right?
No, because that got dropped immediately because they made me roll a d6.
Yeah. Bileyg is having a hard time in this encounter. All right. Speaking of Bileyg, it is your turn. This thing is very nearly dead, the one adjacent to you. The other one has still a lot of hit points left that Oobtaglor is fighting. And then, of course, there's the other nasty motherfuckers that are hanging around.
Yeah, amazing. I would like to kill this one that's right next to me if I can. We'll see.
Sure. All right. If you can hit it, you'll kill it.
Okay. Dirty 20. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Yes. Easy money. There's only 2 hit points left. You swat down the rest of them.
But let it be known that I did still roll minimum damage. So it's 4. It still kills it. Okay. Great. And all of my bonus actions are spells or 2-weapon fighting, which I can't use. So
you rolled a 1 on the dice, and then it's 2 from your strength and 1 from your sword. Okay.
yeah, it's still 4 damage.
Just checking
it
the
still
math.
takes it out.
Yep, just checking the math. Cool.
But on the plus side, I am no longer in attack of opportunity range, which is nice. I'm just gonna move into flanking with this thing so that Oob can take us. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'll just once roll 20 allows me to move, which would be so nice and friendly and chill.
Yeah, I get to roll straight.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry. Okay, hold on.
I'll move for you. I think you want to move into flanking here.
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you.
All right, I got you back. Evrard, speaking of getting their back, let's see if you can't help everyone out here taking care of the queen.
Yeah, I will do as much. He will, with a skip and a hop, jump over the junk and land squarely in front of the queen.
We got Jumper Queen over here.
He will say, "I'm sorry, Your Majesty, but you've been quite bothersome. I have to do this, and I will hit."
Off with her head.
Go ahead and hit.
Off with your head. Oh my god, yes.
You're gonna have that one for free.
Yeah. All right. I have advantage on this. Was I silver barbs or something? No, I have the inspiration. So this is just straight. Okay, here we go. I do have the ranger's mark on her though. I gotta remember that. Okay.
Didn't you hunter's marker?
Yes. Okay. I shit you not. It's a crit.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please get us out of this encounter.
Yeah. I can't pump anything into this because I already have everything on this. Okay. Not great on the dice though.
Max damage.
Max damage
plus dice
so
roll. So
yeah,
it's your D8 from your rapier.
Yes.
Plus
D6
your
from...
D6 from Hunter's Mark. Plus your D4 from your Ranger's Guile or whatever it's called.
Correct. So that's base 18.
Base 18. Plus your dexterity.
And I have dueling, so it's plus another 6. So it's 24.
Okay. So
and then
base
I roll
24, and then roll those 3 dice.
I rolled 8 on the dice.
So it's 32.
Okay, so that's 32.
32 total, correct.
Nice.
Dude, it was not technically possible for you to all the way kill it, but if you had rolled max damage, you would have all but killed it. Even with minimum damage, you take it well below half. This thing gurgles, and you imagine it can't really scream, but this thing is feeling pain. All right, Ingrid, you're up.
Action. I'm gonna attack this guy.
You have advantage.
Attack the
You have
guy.
advantage. I rolled an 18 and a 6. Okay, so that's gonna be a 23 to hit.
Sure. You have advantage from Oobtaglor.
Oobtaglor, yeah.
Silver barbs. Fantastic. Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. And then it's going to be a D8, and I get my sneak attack on this because he is my targeted thought bonus action thing from before. Okay. That's 13 points of piercing damage.
13 points of piercing damage. It takes it like a champ, but you're whittling down.
And bonus action because I'm
Just
hurting.
Stinger v Rapier, flashing back and forth.
Ching, ching. I'm hurting, and so are all of my compatriots, and so I'm going to dedicate a little bonus action inspiration to Oobtaglor, and actually no, to Bileyg, because Oobtaglor, because Noir just got DM's inspiration, so I'm going to distribute this a little bit.
Thanks very much.
Bileyg, this one is going to require some audience participation, and because the audience is listening to this afterwards, that means that the rest of the cast is going to help. So when I say hit it, I need you guys to go, ah. Can you handle that? We're gonna practice. I say hit it, and you guys go.
Oh, I get it.
Okay.
We are going to be so out of sync with each other.
Yes, it's going to be great.
I'll fix it in post.
It's going to be Sophia's job to line us all up.
Yep. My eraser microphone.
It's going to hurt
I don't know what this reference is.
I need a hero.
Where have all the good rolls gone? And what's up with these odds? Where's a cleric or paladin to lay some hands on? Isn't there a potion of greater or more? It's gonna take at least a D8 to save my HP score. And hit it. I need a healer. I'm holding out for a healer to the end of this fight. And it's gotta be soon, and it's gotta be lots, or I'm definitely gonna die. I need a healer. I'm holding out for a healer to the end of this round. And I'm counting on you, don't let me down, or I'm definitely gonna die. I'm gonna die. Thank you.
All right, very good. Take your inspiration.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very well done.
Oh boy.
All right, does that end your turn?
Yeah, another turn.
All right, Infected Sunfly's turn. It is going to go protect its queen.
Oh no.
Hey,
oh no.
Hey, reaction, attack of opportunity. No.
You get an attack of opportunity on your reaction, and it is not at advantage because the one-time silvery barbs went away, but it is sneak attack because you still have insightful fighting.
Get fucked, buddy.
If you hit.
That's a 21 to hit.
Woo!
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, she hits.
Oh, I hit. Come on, curtain call. Let's do it. That is 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay, 14 is pretty tough. This guy is not looking good anymore. But he does make it into place.
Yeah.
Now, Evrard, correct me, I do think that you still have protection that's going to keep you safe. Rolling disadvantage.
Yes, Oobtaglor is still
Evrard, yes.
concentrating.
Yeah, Oob hasn't dropped concentration.
Alright, which means I'm going to be rolling straight on these attacks.
Hell yeah.
Here we go. Oh, I'm holding 2 dice when I should be holding 1. Classic Austin blunder. Okay, on the claw, that is a 22 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Alright. That is 6 slashing plus... This is the big one. It's good. Swingy. 6 slashing plus 11 acid.
Oh no.
Are you still up?
You're at
What's
1,
the total?
aren't you?
That's 17 total.
17.
I had 16 hit points.
No!
Oh no!
It was the other way. We need a healer.
Alright. The spell is still active on you, so the proboscis attack is going to be straight.
Okay.
Straight roll. Let's see if it hits you and deals 2 death saving throws. That is a natural 7 plus 5 is 12 to hit.
That will miss.
Oh.
Okay.
That's also good because it can heal itself on the proboscis attack.
Absolutely not.
Ew.
Okay, that will pass its turn. That'll bring us to the swarm. Let's see if they're going to attack Bileyg or Oobtaglor. Odds for the slime, evens for the halfling. That is odds for the slime, so here we go. An attack coming on Oobtaglor. That's 12 to hit Oobs.
Yep, that hits.
No.
Okay, what is their damage? They are still above half, so it's going to deal full damage.
Cool.
6, 7 plus... Is this 10 again? Yeah, 10. The more dice you roll, the more the higher your chance of rolling completely average. Anyway, that is another 10 points of piercing damage.
Oh, just 10?
Just 10.
All right. I'm at 8.
Okay.
All right, roll your d6 for me, please.
And I'll have to roll concentration. I got a 6.
Well, roll your d6.
Oh, no.
If it's a 3 or 4, you drop concentration immediately.
It was a 6.
Oh, okay. I got a 6, so let's see what that is.
Your speed is reduced by 10 feet until the end of your next turn.
Oh my
Motherfucker.
God.
So you currently have a
feet?
speed of 5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
I saved on my concentration.
Go ahead and make your
by the way.
concentration check.
I rolled. I got a 19.
Okay.
Okay, you're good. All right. Speaking of, brings us to Oobtaglor.
Come on, Oobsy baby.
8 hit points, 5 speed. You've never felt worse in your life.
I can still keep going. No, I'm really fine. I just need to catch my breath a little.
Determination is the stuff of legend, my friend. Oops.
I will healing word Evrard for my bonus action.
Yes.
60 feet, 2d4 plus 2.
Oh.
Okay.
Or 2d4 plus 4 rather, 8.
Nice.
I'm not making you roll death saving throws, my friend. That is just not. That's just not happening.
Okay.
And I guess I'll attack this sunfly swarm.
Straight,
do it
because we're
straight on.
flanking. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. 20, dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20 will hit.
Woo. 3.
3 points of damage. All right, taking it down. It's not quite below half. If you'd rolled 4, it would be at half.
I can take it? Is that all you got?
The swarm
really
turns
can't.
angry on you, and like the fish from Finding Nemo just turns into like a big snappy jaw skull that's like bows up.
no.
I turn to Bileyg. I really can't take another hit. Please do something.
I'm doing my best,
right.
but I can't.
It is the queen's turn. She is going to try to get away. She's going to use her 30... She's going to move back up to where she was.
Oh, everybody's running up and down.
So she's going to use another layer action.
Attack of opportunity.
Each creature in its path must make a dexterity... Good news is you're conscious, so you get to make your dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And the better news is that you are... Now, the bad news is that it does not provoke attacks of opportunity. The good news is that you get to make the saving throw, and if you succeed, you will take 0 damage.
Okay.
It's an all or nothing save. So go ahead and roll a dex save.
Come on, dude.
Cool. Oh no. It's natural 4 plus what do I add to this? Plus 9.
Thanks.
I will use the bardic
Yes.
on this.
Okay.
It's D6, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a d6. You're
That's
probably gonna
that's
have.
max.
Okay.
Total of
So
15.
15 saves. DC 14.
Okay.
You also gain. You said you rolled max.
Yes.
You get 6. 6 plus 4, 10 temporary healing points.
Oh my god, that's gonna make the difference.
That dex saving throw might have been the best thing to happen to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Every inch of this fucking fight.
We're getting
Okay.
there. We're getting
You
there.
all
It
live or
moves
die
back
by
up to
my
its spot.
hand. I am
You are still
Oobtaglor,
prone
destroyer
on the
of
ground in
worlds.
front of the sunfly. It's the queen is now 30 feet above you,
Okay.
and it is Bileyg's turn.
I'm gonna
And as
hit
if that
this-
wasn't bad enough, now it's Bileyg's turn.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna take a swing at the swarm in
Cheers.
front of me. At advantage, motherfucker.
Come on, Bileyg.
Oh, it's 24. It could have been a crit. It wasn't. It's a 24.
It is a hit.
Yeah, okay. It's gonna be 1d8 plus 3 damage.
It's not going to be enough to take him out.
No, it's 6 damage.
Okay. It's at half. It's down to 6. It can only deal 1d4 plus 3 damage at this point.
It's down to 6, you said?
Down to 6 HP.
Okay, cool. Well, I have absolutely no spell slots left. So... Yeah. Oh my gosh. Everything I have is an action. This is so annoying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is everything.
Yeah. Your
I
channel
have.
divinity, where you use an action to give yourself extra damage, by the way, if you're preparing to go into a fight that you know is about to happen, is a good time to use that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Because it takes a whole action to turn it on.
I noticed.
All right, Evrard, you are unconscious. You are conscious. You have just been invigorated. You have avoided the razor-sharp claws on the queen's legs as it moved away from you. You are prone, staring down the guard. But let me tell you, it is not looking good. This guard.
Okay. Okay. Here's what it will do. He will put sort of both gloved hands on the floor. He will grab his rapier, sheath it, and then he will sort of put his legs up under him, bounce up, and cast Zephyr Strike, and sort of land back on the ground gracefully. That's a bonus action. My attacks do not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
My movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity, so I will move 5, 10, about 20 feet out, and then he will pull his short bow out once again, and he will knock an arrow and activate Zephyr Strike to give himself advantage. So this is going to be D8, D6, and D4 for dreadful strikes at advantage.
Does this thing have? This thing doesn't have Hunter's Mark on it.
No.
What's
it's
the
going to be
D6 for then?
D6 is the regular short bow damage. D8 is the Zephyr Strike.
Oh, Zephyr Strike gives you extra damage too?
Yep.
Oh shit, yeah. Go ahead and roll at advantage.
Here we go.
I don't think this thing's gonna be able to tank this.
Okay. 15?
15 to hit?
Yeah.
15 will not hit. AC 16.
Yeah, no, that's I have one less to hit with the short bow. Yeah. That's a miss. And that's my turn.
All right. It deflects with a stinger. Your arrow spins and falls through one of the holes in the floor down to the floor below. That brings us to Ingrid.
Okay. 5, 10. Can I jump up to this platform? What's that cost? What do I have to make?
What is your strength score?
7?
Oh man.
Oh no.
Okay, hold on. Let's bring up the jump calculator score, and you're 5'10".
This is the consequences of dumping strength.
With a running start, which you'll have, your high jump is 1 foot off the ground.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Just like a little dainty hop. Like
Could I like?
Ingrid.
It's 10 feet up. It's 10 feet up to the next platform.
Is it like?
I will allow you to make an acrobatics check to try and close that distance. So you're 5 foot. You can't so you can hit 6 feet. So you need to clear 4 feet. So I'm gonna need you to hit me a DC 18 acrobatics check to grab on to the platform.
Please don't fall and break your hip.
Come on, Ingrid, you got this.
I need fantasy life alert. Oh yes. Natty 20, baby.
That's what. All right.
The spryest old woman.
Tell me how you narrate the
yet.
excellence
Not 500
of you
yet.
making it up to this top platform here.
The big 500's always looming. 499, baby.
8 foot vertical leap.
Well, the heels add.
You jump up and with an amazing twist spin to give yourself a little bit more momentum. You are able to do like a full 360 and grab onto the edge, rapier still in hand, and pull yourself up to the next platform. Go ahead, put yourself on the next platform.
Okay.
So that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 10 feet. You got 10 more feet.
I'm gonna bonus action dash.
Wait, if you have 10 more feet, can't you just close with
Oh,
it?
actually, you're right.
Yeah, I think you can
Never
close
mind.
it.
Hey, buddy. I'm gonna. I will just attack to start. I'll attack with curtain call.
Okay. Do you have a way to get sneak attack or anything?
I would have to move it from the guard. I don't want to do that just yet.
Okay. Go ahead and attack.
Okay. Does a 15 hit?
15 hits.
Okay. This is just the d8 plus 3. It's not terrible. 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna whip out with the offhand and attack with my dagger for the bonus action.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
It's just 1d4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
16 does hit.
This is just a d4. Nothing to get excited about. No need to worry. That's 3. That's 3 points of piercing damage with the dagger.
Single digits hit points, people.
Okay.
And
go.
I will ready myself.
Okay.
All right. The Sunfly Guardian will also ready itself and fly into range with Evrard. Is protection from good and evil still on him?
I'm sorry.
Protection from good and evil. You haven't dropped
Yes.
concentration on it yet.
I have not. No.
Excuse me. It's protection from evil and good. My mistake. That might have been why you're confused. Okay. Then these attacks
I
are
think
at
it
disadvantage. I'm going to roll.
That actually was the reason.
I'm going to roll in front of the board the first attack. It's going to be so annoying to roll this. Yeah,
Immediate
sorry, I gotta
revolt.
roll it here. It's too annoying for me to type in the whole thing 4 times for 2 attacks at disadvantage. All right, here we go. The claw first. It's got a +5. What is your AC, Evrard?
15.
15. So it has to hit a 9 or lower at disadvantage. The lower roll on the claw is a 4 on the dice. So that's
Hell
gonna
yeah.
miss. And then on the proboscis, here we go. Another +5. That is a natural 20 and a natural 11 for a total of 16.
Okay, so 1 hit.
I
can take
will
1 hit.
silvery barbs that. Hey,
Okay.
buzz
This
off.
I will roll in front of the group.
Mm-hmm.
1d. Nope, not a d30. That would give me a really good advantage. Ooh, bad guy who rolls d30s. Wait, hold on.
No.
Am I
No, no.
1d20
because we
plus
had
5.
it too
Here we go.
easy this fight.
Ah,
Aw.
Oh, it's still gonna hit.
Oh.
they didn't buzz off.
Here we go. Nope, don't need to roll a d20 again. So this is 1d10. Find a d10 here. So gotta keep them somewhere. 1d10 plus 3 piercing.
Uh-huh.
That's 12 points of piercing.
Okay,
Goodbye, temporary hit points.
those are the temp gone.
And 3d6 necrotic. Here we go.
Jesus H.
I'll
Oh,
roll
God.
this one in front of the group too.
I have 6 hit points left, by the way.
Don't tell him that.
Ah!
Oh my god!
Wait.
You gotta
Are
be
you
kidding.
shitting me?
Oh, dang it. Yes. Ugh.
6
points
necrotic damage.
Okay, let's.
He will heal 6. And Evrard goes down again.
Heal.
The necrotic damage, it heals. Now, it would also automatically infect you if you were not already immune to it.
Yeah. Luckily, that's not happening. Okay.
Actually, let me check mine. Yeah. All right. And that is going to be the swarm. There's only 1 left. Let's roll to see who it's going at. Odds and evens. Jesus. Come on, Austin. It's coming out of Oobtaglor again.
I think this might be it.
Oh my
No,
god.
don't you dare say that.
Natural 1!
Let's go! Okay.
Fuck you.
All right, Oob. That's your turn.
End it.
Okay.
Please end it.
No, Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to attack with my rapier first at the infected swarm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna use luck. I'm gonna use my last luck.
Okay.
13.
13 is its AC. That hits.
There we go.
Oh,
okay.
Please, I can't take another minor inconvenience.
5.
It has 6
It's got
hit
one
points
left.
Motherfucker.
All right. Infected
bonus-
queens. Oh, yep. Bonus action.
Yeah. I'm gonna move 5, 10, and that's in range for a bonus action healing. Healing
Amazing.
word, yeah.
Get him back up.
Yeah. I can only do it at the first level, but
It's enough.
okay.
It's better than death
5.
saves.
5, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Does that end your turn, Oobtaglor?
Yes, that does.
All right. The queen, who cannot use the same action in a row, is going to prematurely hatch some of its spawn and automatically deal 1d4 plus 2 damage to everyone.
How much?
We're about to find out. I'm going to roll it in front of the group. 1d4 plus 2.
Oh, come on. Come on.
And
I just
I'm down
got
again.
him up.
And I'm down again.
Ouch.
Oh, no.
Wait, everyone else is down?
No, Oobtaglor's still up.
Oh,
I had
thank
3
God.
hit points, so...
I have no healing.
Bileyg, you gotta heal yourself, my
no
dude.
way to heal anybody.
It takes an action. I have to prioritize shit.
Yeah.
All right.
TPK.
The premature spawn sting and bring down Bileyg. They sting and bring down Evrard. Evrard, this is the 3rd time you've gone unconscious in fewer rounds.
Oh, okay. I just make my
you-
concentration.
Cool. As you start to blur out of consciousness again, I think at this point you feel how thin your existence is. As a petitioner here in Sigil, if this is your last moment, if you die here, not only are you dead, and you guys are low level, which makes returning anyone from the dead difficult to do, but this is the end of Evrard. Evrard gets no happy ending. His eternal soul, his essence, does not ascend to a higher plane. As a petitioner, if he dies on the plane that he is not supposed to be, he is not on the plane he's supposed to be on as a dead soul, he ceases to exist. He goes into nothingness.
Jesus.
I think
pressure.
Perhaps you
Rub it
think
in there,
back
don't you?
to those moments that led you to this predicament. What do you conjure in your last bits of consciousness as you go down for the 3rd time and this may be the end of it? How does Evrard feel, and what does he remember of those moments where he got put into this situation?
He thinks of... He doesn't have a lot of memories left of home. Over time, in his state, the memories have gotten fuzzier and fuzzier. It's not like they're gone. It's just details have slowly been stripped away of him being alive. But what he does remember, he remembers of this little garden adorned with all sorts of flowers that he visits every morning to pluck his to keep in his breast pocket, and he finds himself there once again. He hears sounds. He doesn't see anybody. He just hears sounds of other children Harangon playing, and he remembers a time where he didn't have to struggle to steal food, or do a job just to survive another day in Sigil.
You think back to that happy memory. You hear a voice in your mind as you're like fading in and out. It's up to Evrard how seriously he takes it, but it's a somewhat familiar voice that just says, "Sands nearly run through. Now's your chance to be better." Bileyg, could I get you to please make me a death saving throw?
Sure. 16?
16 is a success.
Cool.
Evrard, could I please get you to make me a death saving throw?
All right, here we go. 16.
Oh.
Something in the water.
Remind me what happens when you roll a 16.
Pretty sure it's either 16 or 17, but I think...
I believe it's 16 through 20.
When I make a death saving throw, a 16 or higher, I regain 1 hit point.
Evrard comes back with 1 hit point. I'll tell you right now, the guard has 16 hit points on it.
Technically, that happens at the start of my turn, so I still have my full turn, right?
Mm-hmm. You have your full turn. That happens at the start of your turn, correct?
Evrard gets up. You see you hear a loud creaking as sort of his body snaps back together. Picks up his rapier. Says, I have to let these old abbots. I have to do better. One day at a time, so. Alright. Bonus action. We will Zephyr Strike once more. This time I will do it with my rapier so I can hit. At advantage.
You need to hit an AC 16 hit points.
Cool. Here we go. 19 and 17, so that's gonna hit. Not the crit I need. It's gonna be 2d8 now, and a d4 plus 6.
Plus 6.
Plus 6?
Yeah. Dueling, baby. Okay, 15 plus 2 plus 6. However that math is 22.
You totally kill it.
Yeah.
How do you kill it? Finish it.
Right through the forehead. Pin it to the ground.
And its body begins to twitch as you bring it down, and then withdraw rapier.
Disgusting.
Yeah, no, it's death is definitely exhausting. He kind of looks up to Ingrid, says, "Only one left." Right?
Hello. Back here, we're still... yes.
There's just a swarm of gnats flying around Oobtaglor's sort of head.
Oh, no. Okay, two left.
All right. Ingrid, it's your turn.
Okay. Good and Cole, we're up, and I'm going to attack the queen.
All right, attack. AC 13.
That's an 18 to hit.
And damage?
It's just the D8. I don't have sneak attack on this, but that's
just
pretty good, actually. So happy I upgraded to a D8. 10 points of piercing damage.
Finish it.
Oh.
Cool.
I will carve a big eye into the bug and then poke it through.
So a vertical line.
Yes.
Yeah.
You slash in and you watch as just glowing eggs begin to slough out, and then begin to disintegrate as they hit the wooden paneling beneath your feet. The thing lets out a horrible shudder and then starts to deflate like a badly made flan. Flan?
Flan.
Wait, hold on. I just got contradictory information. Hold on. We're coming in live.
I'll
no one's
say
quite
flan.
sure how to say the word flan.
I'm almost positive it's flan, but that's okay.
Anyway, it disintegrates. That brings us to...
I'm not done.
Excuse me, my mistake.
I have taken
Ingrid,
an action.
please.
I have more things to do. I'm going to run right up to the edge and then look over and get a sense of vertigo and be like, okay, no. Okay, Oobtaglor. Oobtaglor's up. Oobtaglor, take some inspiration. Oopsie oopsie baby, oopsie oopsie baby, oopsie oopsie baby, we love you. Oopsie oopsie baby, oopsie oopsie baby, you can do it. Yes, it's true.
Amazing.
And you have inspiration.
Take your inspiration.
Oopsie,
And
oopsie,
Oob, it is up to you now. Can you kill?
We're gonna write a full Chitty Chitty Bang Bang adaptation.
Of all the musicals, of all the why Chitty Chitty
Why
Bang
not
Bang?
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
There's like a million reasons why.
It has
do
one
Toot
hit point
Sweet.
left. Can you hit it, Oobtaglor?
Well, it's its turn, right?
No, it's your turn.
Did I skip
it should
over
be
it?
its turn,
I'm sorry, I
actually,
did skip
but,
over
yeah.
it.
Damn, I
It is its
DM'd
turn.
doing
All right,
have
here we
homework
go.
Myself.
One attack roll. One d20 plus 5. Let's roll in front of the group here because we love doing that. Everyone loves when we do it. That's an 11 to hit.
11 does not
Hell
hit.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, can you hit it, Oobtaglor?
Come on, Oobtaglor.
At disadvantage because of
I
how
have
poisoned
disadvantage.
you
But you
are.
have inspiration.
Hit it.
Or I can vicious mockery it.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, but if it succeeds on its save, it takes no damage, right?
It's another round of bullshit. Yes, I know.
To be fair,
What
that
would you like
happens
to
in
do?
either Case.
I'd like the vicious mockery, and I'm gonna say buzz off.
Hey, that's my line.
All right.
There we go.
Even you.
It rolls neutrally on this this d20 roll. It has no bonus to wisdom. So here we go. 1d20.
Oh.
So that 6 was.
You
Hell yeah.
say buzz off, and you watch as they all just rain out of the sky onto the ground dead.
Hey, good one, Oob.
I'm gonna
Alright.
run over to Bileyg and
Yes, Bileyg does have to make one saving throw beforehand. So Bileyg, if I could get you to make one more death save.
6.
Unless Oobtaglor has a spell to heal. If you had a
I mean-
bonus action.
No, Bileyg's fine.
All right, Bileyg fails a death save because he rolled a 6.
Okay, Bileyg is dying on the ground, and I'm gonna drop out of combat because I think you guys are gonna be able to handle it in the right amount of time.
Yeah.
So, Evrard, what would you like to do?
I would have stabilized Bileyg. I have no more slots left.
Oh, okay.
So
Does any? Oh, well, that's a dice roll actually. So, does anyone have any
That's a
healing that
medicine
can
kit.
bring up Bileyg?
If you give me 6 seconds, I can conjure up a medicine kit.
All right, Evrard, let's go to your turn. Make that medicine check.
okay. I only have +4 to this. What do I need for this?
I think you just need a 10 to stabilize.
Okay, I rolled a 17.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you stabilize.
And
Bileyg
Bileyg
is
is
no
fine.
longer dying. Is frozen at 1 save, 1 failure. And
okay,
Bileyg,
cool.
go ahead and roll a d4.
I do what? Sorry.
Roll a d4.
Oh, okay. 4.
You will regain 1 hit point in 4 hours.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, every single fly that you can see here is dead, falling to the ground, twitching, dying. So, investigators have opened and shut cases. What would you like to do?
Okay. Well,
I would like to go find Tensor.
Yeah, we have to get everyone
no
off
one has any,
out of this room.
Just like sidebar between the three of us, no one has any way to bring Bileyg up to a singular hit point. I don't have
healing.
anything.
No, no.
I was saving a spell slot for Zone of Truth so that we might interrogate Tensor, but if we really want Bileyg in this conversation...
No, fuck me, right? Who cares? You guys
Please.
can probably handle this.
I feel
S'il vous plaît, Monsieur Oob. Bileyg.
yes, I feel more confident in our ability to suss out if someone is lying without magic than I do Bileyg's ability to come back to life.
He'll be fine in 4 hours, but I see your point. Yeah. Second level spell slot, healing word.
Oh.
Okay.
7.
Oh,
You have more hit points than Ingrid.
that did not feel good, I tell you
I think
that.
he has more hit points than everybody else combined.
All right.
Yeah, Evrard's at
Okay.
1.
Who's
Yeah.
not dead? Sound off. Everyone, get over here. Are we still doing the I heal you at half efficiency? Because of lay
yeah.
on hands?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will pump 10 into you so you get 5 back.
Okay. I'll take 5.
Yeah.
It's enough. We'll get
Okay, how's everyone else looking?
This
Ooh, it's
wizard
hard to
fight's
tell with
gonna be
you. How
really
you
tough
feeling?
on you guys.
There is an egg gestating within me.
Okay, well, I can't do anything about that part. How else are you feeling?
On a scale of 0 to 33, 2.
Okay, here, take 5.
Thank you.
Ingrid, how you doing?
4. I'm feeling 4.
Okay, take the rest of my 5.
Thank you, Billy.
Is it sore?
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
Sore.
4.
So everyone has gained 5 hit points, and I am completely out of lay on hands and spell
Wait,
slots.
look, I double checking something on lay on hands. Alternatively, you could spend 5 hit points from your pool of healing to cure the target of 1 disease or neutralize 1 poison.
Except that when we talked to the people
right.
at the hospital, they indicated that nothing they were doing was
If you could
working.
fix it with 5 points of lay on hands, then this wouldn't have been the case for open and shut.
All right, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, you do have what she specifically requested. She did say, "Find the source or bring it to me if you can."
I'll pick out a sample,
Cool.
carefully bag it for transport.
Maybe we should just bring the whole
I think you
queen.
should just fill the bag of holding with as much dead as you can.
Ew.
Okay.
And then we can
That
turn it
works
inside
too.
out to clean it
I'm
later.
joking.
Before we go interrogate Tensa, not of floating disc fame, I would like to maybe do an investigation check just to see if there's any indication as to if any of these bugs maybe came from one of these crates in the attic, or if they arrived here by some other means. Just kind of trying to suss out, like, why they're here.
Not to insist, I think that we should probably get evidence of the disease over to the infirm, the sick, as quickly as possible. We can't have any of them dying, and then we can continue our investigation. I think it's more important that we make sure they don't. And he motions to something bursting out of their chest.
Yeah, I think if you guys want to do the investigation part, I can make myself useful and lug this over to the Hall of Healing.
Perhaps
whose name continues to escape me. Gatehouse.
We could split the difference, and Oobtaglor and Bileyg, the two who are either infected or friends with the people at the hospital, could take the evidence, and the sick guy do that, and then Evrard and Ingrid can investigate if that's cool people.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay.
I wish to interrogate, but very well.
I mean, Oobtaglor, if you'd like to stay, you're certainly welcome to. It's just, and I will motion to
choose violence another day.
Well, it's not like they're gonna have a cure by the time immediately we get there.
Alright,
You know,
I mean-
they need some time to fabricate.
You're your own ooze. If that's what you'd like, then I'm certainly not going to tell them what to do.
I would certainly like to determine the source of this nonsense. Yes.
Okay, I'll take the cure to the gatehouse. Please don't let Oobtaglor explode before I get back. I truly have nothing left in the tank for today.
Alright, so in quick investigation, it sounds like from someone, Bileyg, you make off across town. As you climb down, first off, there's the rope, but there's also a ladder down into, like, another attic storage room, and then down into, you can get down into the main building. I don't know which one you want to take. Bileyg, I don't know if you want to take the rope or the regular ladder down through the building.
So sorry. Probably the regular ladder, to be completely honest.
Alright, so you go down through Tensor's apartment, through, like, an attic space that he has, down into Tensor's apartment, and then down into the business below. As you're emerging, he storms over to you, and he goes, "What's the meaning of... You look like shit."
You're very astute, sir. I am truly shocked that you managed to miss the giant hive of cursed celestial bees in your attic, but we'll deal with this another time. Right now, there's several lives at stake, so if you'll excuse me, and I will excuse myself if he lets me go.
Yeah, he'll be a little bullbuilder, let you go.
Thanks.
Immediately after Bileyg comes down, Evrard will follow, and he says, "Okay, monsieur, you have questions. You have questions to answer." And I will immediately, his face will go pale white, his eyes blood red, and I will use my unsettling presence and to give him disadvantage on the next saving throw he makes within the next minute.
And I've entrapped you in a zone of truth, so be truthful. Fully lying.
What? I didn't see you cast a Zone of Truth. Good
shit, he's a
Celestial,
wizard.
what is wrong with your face?
Or my lack
Who
thereof.
are
Oh.
you people? Get out of my attic!
Ingrid, I believe.
I was doing a whole Okay. Could I have made the investigation check to?
Sure.
Yeah, make your investigation check.
Okay, that's a 21. I'm looking to see if any of these crates look like they're where they came from, or like if there's anything up here that indicates like these guys could have hitched a ride from Limbo on some sort of delivery or something.
No, you're looking around, and it doesn't seem like they busted out of anything here. It looks like they just took up residence, which is the thing they do. They just form a hive somewhere. You also don't see any signs of like people walking around up here. There's no, in all the dust and stuff, there's no footprints. It's all pretty like abandoned up here.
Hello. I'll poke my head down. Hello, I'm Ingrid and Starling of Open and Shut Investigation, Single Detectives Heroes for Hire. We were recently hired by the Gatehouse to track down the source of a mysterious illness that has been ravaging the people from this area, and many of those sick actually stopped by your residence and sought employment, and so of course we naturally thought, let's try here. And to our disgust, found a hive of infected sunflies in your attic. Now, have you been up there lately?
The way up? No, I don't. What? Infected sunflies, they're flies. Infected with what?
If you would be so kind as to poke your head up there and just look at the size of the fly, and then we can continue this conversation.
Goes up there, pokes his head, comes back down. He says, did you say you were exterminators?
Well, we did exterminate them, if that's what you're asking, but it's unusual for these sunflies, which seem to be infected with something from Limbo, to take up residence in Sigil at all. Has there been any sort of unusual deliveries, anything that you've been, I don't know, burning that attracts flies lately? Anything of the sort?
I figured there was sunflies somewhere. I've been seeing them around, but I just put a ward on myself so that they wouldn't sting me.
Motherfucker.
Yep, that'll do it.
You see, he basically has like a mage. He does a little hand motion. He basically just has like a mage armor on. That's like, yeah, these guys can't sting me.
On his desk.
He's got basically wizard citronella candle. He's like, I don't know, put that up. It seemed to take care of it. I didn't have to worry about anything.
Well, I'd recommend you get professional extermination services that can go up there and fully clean them out. We seem to have taken care of the main hive, but certainly they're still available.
I know just the people.
Great. We need to take, we've already sent some ahead, but we may need to take some samples over to the Gatehouse so that they can concoct a cure for the infection.
Please take as much of it as you'd like out of my home.
Ingrid will kind of look over to Oobtaglor and Evrard like, I'm pretty sure this guy is just a dude who lives here. I don't think he's intentionally creating a bunch of infected flies. I think that they just sort of took up residence.
But negligence is still, if he had been more careful, if he takes care of his home, look at the trash all over the place.
Perhaps
we would not be in this situation.
Yes, if we could leave you with the warning that perhaps in the future it would behoove you to hire a cleaning service to stay up there in the attic, and just, once a month or so, if you could be so good. Or maybe you could even employ some of the folks who come looking to you to take care of what's up there, because an infestation such as this could only occur when someone has not been in the upper space in quite some time to ward it off. And obviously this has been going on for quite some time.
Am I getting homeowner advice?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do seem to desperately need it, sir. Sorry, I'll be on my way.
Thank you for your concern. Thank you for bringing the matter to my attention and for dealing with it in all earnestness. If you need to collect any more, I suggest you take whatever you would like and then leave. It seems that I have quite a lot of work to do. Starts to roll up sleeves over his big burly forearms.
I'll kind of look and see like if anyone has anything else they want to say, but Ingrid is pretty satisfied with we killed the bugs. It's more important to kind of deal with the cure stuff now than hound this guy who seems to have very little to do with it.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Yeah,
All right.
It's time to go.
Collecting what you need, rushing back to the gatehouse, you deliver to Athlax Darkfleece the jellying remains of the various sunflies and explain what you know. She listens she listens anxiously, and then goes about with some divine magic and a little bit of healer's kit concoction. She, in time enough to save everyone, as this is hour 3, you do not enter hour 4. In time enough to save everyone, concocts basically a material component for when casting Lesser Restoration, and is able to restore everyone. She sends it off with some other people who work in the gatehouse off to the neighborhood to begin looking into anyone else who may be sick so that they can cure them before it gets too bad. Excuse me. That's Evrard's voice. I'd like to thank you for your help. It seems that my trust was not misplaced when requesting your service. You were swift and effective, and I have to thank you for that. Our doors are always open for anyone who's ever needing any treatment for ailments, so if you ever need any of that, come by. But on a special personal note, for preventing the deaths of at least 4 people, and probably many, many more, including one of your own. 5. Should you ever find yourself, put your name down in the dead book. Before the bookers come to collect, perhaps see me. There might be something I can do about it.
That's very kind. Not to overextend the hospitality, but we all did get a little more beat up than I think we planned to in the extermination efforts. So if there's any way someone at this hospital could, healing word or two, or just particularly on...
We'll see to it that you're looked after.
Thank you.
And she will go ahead and grant everyone, not her personally, because she doesn't have that much, she can't cast it that many times, she's been doing other stuff, but you'll each get cure wounds, so go ahead, everyone takes 6 points of healing.
Okay.
I don't want to put you out of your way, ma'am. Oh, it's nothing that a good.
It's hardly out of the way to help someone who's been helping us. One gift in turn deserves another. That's the nature of it all.
I'm not sure that's the nature of gift giving, but I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless.
Then that's the way that it should be. Don't you agree?
Yeah, it is.
All right, then with nothing else, unless there's anything else you would like to do.
Could I have taken a sample and kept one?
Oh no.
Yeah, certainly. What kind of sample do you want to keep specifically? You want to keep like an egg? You want to keep like one of the dead normal ones? You want to keep a big piece of the queen or something? What are you thinking?
Some eggs and a few of the smaller infected sunflies.
Okay.
And I would like to visit Glossary.
Okay. Yeah, you find Glossary at the Institute of Academic Excellence. I have Glossary right here. What would you like to tell them?
You are an arcanobiologist, I believe. I have something interesting and a bit of a mystery that I was wondering you might be able to help solve. And then I go and produce.
You explain everything. They take a look and they explain to you the best guess for what they think happened, which is that they've never seen anything like this. The Slod, the Chaos Phage, is not supposed to be able to infect non-humanoids, but their best guess is that it's Chaos incarnate, and it was like a 1 in a million chance. This Slod somehow, from a sting, either Slod infected it or it stung a Slod and got infected. Whatever the course of action is, a 1 in a million, one of these got infected with the Chaos Phage and then mutated and started making more that were partially Slod, partially Sunfly. And by their celestial nature, it was resisting divine magics and things to restore, to cure disease. Normal divine methods of curing disease were not working because it was from a celestial host, so it was kind of inoculated against that.
What a fascinating turn of events. Thank you. I don't know if this will help you in your research at all, or even just the simple discovery of such a creature might prove useful in your academic career, but you're welcome to keep these to study further if you wish.
You hear they give off the voice of a kind of a booming professor that they must have in the past. They say, "Impressive, most impressive." You know what, Oobtaglor? Go ahead and knock up your score, your familiarity by 1.
All right, so I was at poor, and so what am I at now?
I guess you're married now?
I guess you're married now. 2 is, let me double check what I've written in my notes. If you go from a 1 to a 2.
Oh, I misheard that as 4. Sorry. Didn't mean to recommend a shotgun wedding.
I wrote it down somewhere. I believe it's like they will do simple things for you without you needing to persuade them, like basic things that don't put them in trouble at all, that you will be able to get things done without persuading them, and it's easier to persuade them to do other stuff. At a 1, like, they won't stick their neck out for you for anything. You kind of have to persuade them to be normally helpful for you. But on a 2, they'll help you with normal stuff without you having to persuade, and they'll like stick their neck out a little bit. I have my whatever somewhere here, so cool. I'll find that. But yeah.
Well, yep, that's all I had. Thank you.
It's an excellent thought piece of role playing, Noir. I hadn't even considered that.
Oh.
All right. Well, with nothing else to add, then I think we will go ahead and close this chapter of Rolling with Difficulty, Open and Shut Cases. Thank you for joining us. Thank goodness we finally got a gross episode. It's been so long.
It's been so long since I had to put a content warning on a Rolling with Difficulty episode.
At least somebody's
Yay!
happy.
Oh, God.
Content warnings! All right. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll catch you next time for episode 8.
Woo!
See you then.
Ooh.
Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of Open and Shut, a Rolling with Difficulty campaign. We'll be back next week with another thrilling mystery, but if you miss us before then, check out Rolling with Difficulty on social media and check out our Discord server for fun fan conversations. You can also email us at rollwithdifficulty@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or concerns. If you enjoyed the show, please rate us and leave a review on your preferred podcast platform, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you really enjoyed the show, consider becoming a patron for even more exclusive benefits like access to monthly bonus content created by all of our lovely cast. You got all that, Berks? Perfect. Then we'll catch you out on the streets of the cage.